出击，换掉了对方的一个幻影长矛手，目前打了一个1换3，在这高台位上的一个 PA 有点尴尬，4个人直接围殴他，没有办法。吹风落地过后还有变羊，黑鸟再跟输出，
后屋一波有大，直接开找到，全部人贴脸，美杜莎写到瞬间见底，直接被秒。正当此刻，大红脸还在往前追，血接黑鸟再次击杀，地之后被残银吸住，血量瞬间见底，立马倒了。残银吸住，黑鸟给羊，这把有危险，买活死吗？买活死。
SK 咬大，接上一剑有机会，两个人全中了，今天杀对方谁？推了一下，布拉德还是死了。这波就找美杜莎，残银加上穿刺已经没蓝了，那感觉走不了了。
死猫过来打一个先手，这个位置美杜莎没蓝，这个被呼唤晕死了。
显然季拿下了这场胜利，也拿到了下赛季 S 组的名额。
超级跳刀过来一波突如其来的大招，先把小黑盾打出来，这里还空插了小黑，出来之后再被羊拉住小黑，连死2次，然后选择买活小强，这波是一个地保，看这波谜团大招拉住后面的一个小黑 SF 摇出大招，再找后面的一个剑圣，剑圣也被秒。
拉尔斯过来打先手，一毛扎住这边的一个毒龙 ，TP 电声过来打输出，冰魂的大招也跟过来。这波毒龙好像第一时间要先死，精灵的位置好像也被找到。精灵毒龙阵亡，精灵是选择买活，白牛赶紧冲过来，女王大招也甩过了，白牛大招残血，换血换出来了。
哇，隐身符
摇大招，1炮2炮，一下3炮，
非常完美。
追下来，9仙被先手好像要直接被秒掉了，羊这边没有开出大招，直接上了，这一炮伤害差点秒了 DP， 还有雪球补了出来，但是 DP 是一个超级残血，能吸回来吗？吹风吹起自己，2个误触吸回来，漂亮的勾引，但是石英剑士的残局滚 ，DP 能不能活下来？被撞晕了，但是又被弹上来高光。 emo 水人直接拨脸上打了1轮输出，还是把这个飞机给打死了。
两边好像要破雾，蓝走第一个直接破雾，
跳走漂亮。然后水人这个位置切入，直接打飞机，有精灵的加持，这里飞机还是活了过来。正面在硬刚，双方交出大招，后这边一个电魂，这个飞机一倒，正面战场应该是否了。 后面烂扬到了死亡先知，大招插起来配合紫毛切入，死亡先知被残银吸，紫毛伤害全部打满，死亡先知又是被秒埋不活，然后这样的话海明也是接连倒下，不王交第一条命，
起来应该被5个人围殴。对，
小白又是在外面只能看进不去，这样阿 Sir 也是打出了激进，我们恭喜 IG 战队击败了阿 Sir， 还是保住了自己中国区第1的这个位置。
Lay me by the bay, bathe me in the gray. Tear away my skin, see me from within. Waterborne on the rain.
Welcome everybody to the Chinese Upper Division DPC Season 2, where we are knee-deep in week number 2 of this Upper Division League. And even though the big dogs from the major haven't quite come back from their quarantine, we're still having plenty of action with the other teams here in the region. And we can take a look at the standings of what we've got so far. We've got Elephant topping things, a marked difference from at least Season 1, but they didn't have ROTK back then. Ehome and RNG currently splitting series right now, and Sparking Arrow Gaming, unfortunately, at the bottom of the bracket. And lower division, CDEC and Phoenix topping things, but we're concerned with upper division action here. We're concerned with Ehome versus Sparking Arrow Gaming, and I've got two fine gentlemen to help guide me through this. Lacoste and Lizard, welcome back to more of the upper division.
Thank you, Tsunami. Yep.
How you feeling, Lizard?
Feeling great, had a good night's sleep, looking forward to SAG versus Ehome.
Yeah.
Well, where's this energy coming from? Is that like the 8 hours of sleep or what?
Nah, it's the 4 hours of sleep.
4 hours of sleep? Like, usually it's like that. If you see someone
like
on
a
the
bell
panel
curve.
early in the morning having energy, that means, you know, he did not have enough sleep.
Exactly.
You're going to give him another, like, if this goes to Game 3, you're going to be shot at the end of it.
This morning I was hitting that snooze button until it broke pretty much, so yeah.
Like a Elder Titan Stomp, perhaps? An Elder Titan Sleep? Because we already got a draft Lacoste. First ban's Beastmaster Mars for SAG. Ehome banning out Centaur Phoenix.
As Sparking Arrow Gaming, they just love to open up with the Phoenix. They play really well around it. They always have ways of protecting me, so no surprise Ehome decided to ban it out. Ehome opening up with the Snapfire Oracle. Could be Core Snap. I like this position for Snap. With the Max Little Shredder type of a build, you get the Solar Crest. It's just so much damage. Like it got buffed. I see it all the time in my pubs. I'm the one who's spamming it. I see in the professional games. Like this hero just feels really, really good right now. Because it wasn't really usable, you know, in the previous patch. And the other side, ET plus a Faceless Void. This has been opener for a very long time. Whenever Faceless Void feels good, you're going to always find a way to pair him up with the ET. Just some good old school combo.
Another hero that's a good old school combo with the Void, and they've played it before, is the Snapfire. So taking that away from the ET plus Snap plus Void is probably a really good idea for Ehome. You don't want to play against that. And the SAG, so far in the upper division, did not find any luck. They didn't take a single game in their series, but they did come damn close in that first game versus Elephant.
Yeah, it was close. The second game, they got like mentally broken after the first game. What happened? That game also, they had Faceless Void, they have ET, they had Snapfire.
And Weaver, which is banned now.
Yeah, I want to see a different type of a carry if this is going to be an offlane Faceless Void, which Ehome thinks it will be.
Something that has a bit more range, perhaps, and is a little bit harder to get caught in that chronosphere, which sadly for them...
Sniper. Sniper has more range.
There you go, and we have seen Sniper in some SCA games, so...
Because people who don't know what we're talking about, like there's some... you can call them funny interactions when they had Weaver and Void. Void also took the level 25 talent, the Chronosphere AoE, and then Weaver couldn't get close. Like he was trying so damn hard to deal damage during the Chronosphere, and he got stuck.
Yeah, sometimes it just happens. They just ban out the Raid King. They don't want to be playing against two lives with the Chronosphere, even though I believe it was the same lane that they played into. Yeah, they played into the Raid King and they won that lane super hard with the Void, but eventually it just didn't matter. Ehome, they also, I feel like you guys talked in the green room how Xnova looks more sinister on his photo shoot right now.
Yeah.
And I'd rather see him on these more sinister position 5s, like Banes and whatnot, than on Oracle. Because he does stuff on the map. He creates chances, like his Lion or Witch Doctor or Bane. Suddenly you see him setting up things. If he's playing the Oracle, he can't necessarily do that. You're pretty much just the one that stands behind your core and saves.
He's going to be less aggressive, that's for sure. Like you need, but his positioning is the key. Whether it's a saving support, whether it's the Bane that you talked about, that game. Who was it against?
It was against Elephant.
Elephant, yeah, I believe it was against Elephant. He had a really good performance where, you know, he uses the Quelling Blade, hides in the trees with Bane, set things up, just made the Storm Spirit game miserable. Marana as well. Okay, so that's a good setup once again. I'm talking about the Storm Spirit. Ehome decides to pick it up. They don't have like reliable stun. The only control they have for the Storm Spirit pretty much is a Chronosphere here, and there's always a potentially save coming out from the Oracle.
Yeah, we've seen some players struggle against Mirana plus, let's say, a Void Spirit or Ember Spirit with the chains, with Remnant Pool. But overall, I always considered Storm to be the big bro out of the three. He's the one that should have... Okay, they go with the Tiny instead, so this still might be safe lane Tiny, but we'll see. Most likely mid, as you can see the Mirana and Elder Titan already.
Yeah, I'm guessing mid, and you're looking for some tree volley into a Chronosphere if you hit the late game. Do you need any more save other than the Oracle? I know last time we saw Faceless Void picked up in the first phase, we saw Dazzle picked up in response, and you're like, you have to ban these saving heroes, so they already have the Oracle.
It's very hard to ban out all of them, because like the Shadow Demon is also a bit more popular. Possibly you can get Wyvern as well, so I don't think you can just go all in and ban out all these saving heroes. Dazzle, as you mentioned, is also relatively popular.
I think two heroes are the best right now when it comes to saving versus Void. It's even though Shadow Demon is on a rise, I think still Oracle plus Dazzle, because they have the spells too. And you're not only worrying about the Chronosphere, you're worrying about the time dilation, which is a pain to deal with, especially now when it actually does hurt you. So, yeah, we'll see.
I want to see something more aggressive, though, like something with a reliable stun, something that Storm Spirit can play with. Is Centaur's banned out.
Yeah, first phase Centaur pretty much OP at the moment.
He just farms way too quickly. Like with the Retaliate, if he's not getting pressured, he gets that Vanguard slash Hood early on, and they decide to go with more team fight. It's Faceless Void. It's Tidehunter into Faceless Void, so you're always gonna have like something to lock him down. He can't crack and dead off. So a bit surprised that they decided to go with the Tidehunter.
Yeah, and you will be playing into an ET, right? So even with the Anchor Smash, he hurts. Like, if he gets a couple of stacks on his Astral Spirit, it still hurts and can be used to zone you out, but this should be, what, Grim plus, sorry, not Grim, Snapfire plus Tidehunter. So also very, very solid lane. A lot of damage coming from the two of them. A lot of minus armor.
So that's 6-4. If she gets a Blightstone on Snapfire, that's minus 12 armor. No one has minus, no one has 12 armor starting. Not even TB anymore.
Ogre comes close, but yeah.
He's 2 heroes basically.
Yeah, missing 6 armor. He's like on what, 8 right now, something like that, I believe.
I've got a question. When do you, as an offlane, ever want to block the hard camp against an Elder Titan? Is it always, or is it dependent on?
I really never want to block the hard camp if you're an offlaner.
That's what I felt like, yeah.
You still don't want to do it because he will find his damage from hitting 2 heroes.
Yeah.
Blocking that hard camp is counterproductive to yourself because you want to be pulling it. You want to have that option. If the lane goes poorly, that's pretty much, besides creep skipping, the only thing that you can do effectively.
So.
Versus an ET, I don't think you block it. Versus some other heroes, perhaps, like versus
Enchantress, yeah. Monkey King, Lifestealer banned out, 2 counters to... Actually, all the melee carry counters are gone. Ursa as well banned out by Ehome as well as Morphling.
So Ehome will have to pick blindly. Maybe this is still a safe lane Faceless Void, and they decide to go with an offlaner.
Or maybe it's offlane Faceless Void, and that's why they banned out this Monkey King and Lifestealer.
Yeah, it could really be either one of these 2 things for SAG. They have drafted a very open draft at the moment, which is really nice, which they do get from this first pick Void. What they also get from the first pick Void is a first pick Void that can be countered. So Ehome has done not the greatest job so far, but they do have at least the save from the Oracle.
They're a bit limited on like tower damage. They like Storm Spirit, Tidehunter, they don't really deal any kind of tower damage. The only damage pretty much is Snapfire's Little Shredder. Okay, that's Sustain, not the greatest hero against a Faceless Void, because they're stuns are pretty limited. They have like one root, they have stun from the Snapfire. Juggernaut doesn't provide any lockdown. They have no silences whatsoever against the Faceless Void. So I just want to see if they want to use this Faceless Void as a core, considering what he's playing into. I'd prefer that.
Yeah, the only problem is the Storm, right? He builds that early Orchid, can hunt you down, but I still wouldn't mind the Void as a core position.
Well, I mean, he's going to be a core. It's just safe lane or offlane.
Safe lane or offlane.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
The core.
Core, real core, not your a little bit buffed up support.
I see.
It's not
Okay.
offlane.
Because it's also like Juggernaut into Faceless Void, so you will have something to stop the TP with. At least they have a good save. Like Oracle's positioning needs to be really good. I believe this is like the mid-tiny, so Oracle could be in a bit of a trouble. Like I've seen mid-tinies doing really well. I'm just really glad that it's not a position for tiny.
So what's left so far? When
They
it comes
could
to
go for the Weaver again.
No, it's banned.
Oh, it's banned?
It was banned very early
Yeah.
Oh,
on.
yeah, it was. Yeah, second phase.
They don't have too much catch, but the Storm is already a little bit of a problem, so maybe not even the best here. Luna, all right. We have seen Luna pop up very often, but you're also picking Luna into a Juggernaut. And
Yeah.
usually if you have these built-in BKB heroes, they tend to do quite all right versus
It's
Luna.
also Luna into Oracle, like just one spell from Oracle can stop the whole damage from Luna ulti. I'm not liking it. I expected this to be something different. Just carry to carry matchup is pretty bad for Luna. Ehome also a team that prioritizes Luna. Last 2 games they also lost. When the first patch came out, I was like, yeah, this should be, you know, Luna had some buffs. There's the buffs to Manta style. But I'm not convinced. Like, I'm not convinced. It feels like this hero needs to snowball hard, and she needs to stay 1 item ahead of enemy carry to be efficient.
My biggest problem is they again have a hero with very low range.
Yeah, that was my issue.
with the Chronos.
Son Goku is going to be chronoing this Luna for sure.
He was chronoing the Weaver in the first game when we watched the Softlane Void, so I see the same problem reoccurring here, perhaps.
Well, maybe they're relying on getting the Dragonlance.
Grove Bow.
Grove Bow.
potentially, yeah.
But is it 3 Ehomes?
I'll go with Ehome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not convinced
gonna
by
be Ehome for
Luna.
me.
Faceless Void on the offlane also can be shut down easily, just like what they got, like the doubling down on the team fight, Snapfire, Tidehunter. I think it should be enough to take it.
Black B Cup. How about you guys? You think this? You think how many chronos is this Luna gonna end up in B Cup?
4.
Oh, I like that. Over under.
number.
Black. Which one are you taking?
2.
2 under. Okay, fine. I like these odds. All right, let's see how it all pans out in game number 1.
We'll see how it pans out with Ehome and SAG. We've seen this combo before. Well, not the exact combo, just the Void and someone who doesn't
Gets
like to be in
chronoed.
chrono.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Son Goku and IDC, you know, IDC being in the chrono, obviously. They picked the same kind of... Luna has even lower range, I believe. At 350, something like that.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right on that. I don't usually disagree with you.
I mean, usually you agree with me. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And also, usually you just act tough on camera because, you know, it's always nice.
You're giving away my secrets.
That's fine. I always protect you, though. I'm your big bro. Oh, there's a pause. Nice. So then now we can talk with the labs a bit more. Okay, so they have a mid Steiny.
Steiny.
Yeah. 5 ET and 4 Mirana. They got some good arrow setups. Chrono is good, Tiny is good, Titan is good.
We saw in SEA how brutal a
Mirana
arrow
can be.
combo can be.
Yeah. I'm really just not impressed with this Luna last pick. I
Right.
don't know why they chose Luna. There were a couple of other choices in the game that would have been a lot better, I think.
What were you thinking?
30 seconds to
I would have liked... What would I have liked? I think Medusa would have been pretty damn good. I don't know why Luna. It's just the thing. Like, they don't need more magic damage. You know, they have so much magic damage already. Some good right click in the Chrono with good range would have done so much for them.
Yeah,
Like, even the draw range, I don't know if that was banned or not, but...
I'm really worried about this Luna, just not being able to get anything off. We saw, what was it, the Weaver had a Divine Rapier, and he just gets caught in Chrono.
Yeah, so Weaver has actually 100 range more than Luna, and he was already getting caught in every Chrono.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's going to build into the Dragon Lance to kind of mitigate that problem a little bit, but even with the Lance, you're still only at 470, which is still less than the Chrono AoE, obviously. So we'll have to see. Like, at least they have good lockdown for the Storm with the Chrono.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, it's another one of those we'll see moments, but XM, if we see him get a quick work, he could just snowball out of control.
Xnova is setting up bottom, by the way, BCom.
Interesting.
First butt attempt is going to be there.
Coming all the way through the trees.
But they should be aware of it, because there's only one guy top. Like, I'm sure they're calling it out. Like, hey, care bottom, guys. Oracle's not here.
And he's just getting TP top. It didn't happen immediately, so he'll TP back towards top. Don't waste time. Get back to you know, helping out your Jug, staying in experience range.
Yeah. Because Juggernaut is, of course, your winning condition.
Yeah.
And as Lacoste said, it's a pretty good matchup for the Juggernaut into the Luna. Like, pretty much at all stages of the game, you don't really care too much about it. Which is another reason why I'm very surprised they chose to pick that Luna. Especially in the 10th pick, you kind of want to pick something that complements your lineup and kind of gives you, like, the oomph, you know? Which, yeah.
It doesn't really feel like oomph.
No. It feels more like, eh. It's good, but not great. You want greatness from your last pick.
Right.
Tiny Storm should be pretty Storm favored. Currently sitting at 10 CS. Tiny only at 4. Got a wave running into his tower though.
And that's the thing, like XM could make this very difficult for 7E, get off to a very quick start. If there's no rotation that helps out 7E, XM gets to the Orchid quickly, snowballs out of control. Even the Chrono's difficult to land.
Yeah, we'll have to see how comfortable 7E is on his Tiny, because I think he actually had the window there to kill the Storm. Could have tossed him really far back into the tower. Would have potentially netted him a kill.
It could have been definitely lane changing if he was able to pull that off.
Yeah, because we have seen quite a bit of teams and players like play heroes that are good in the meta right now, but they're not like super comfortable in them.
Chow's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, still got Magic Stick though. Fade also getting beaten.
It's the right click of that Elder Titan that starts to hurt.
Yeah, plus Aura of Luna. I mean, it only gives 5 damage, but you'll take everything you can.
But when you're getting lit up by XCJ, who's got all of a sudden an extra, 80 damage, 100 damage, you get a little bit panicked.
Yeah, and that Luna Beam as well, providing a little mini stun as well. And I actually quite like this offlane Void. Like, Jug, Oracle cannot pressure him at all.
Right.
He's sitting at a good 11 CS, same as Juggernaut pretty much. Laning phase is going very well for the Radiant so far.
It's not that I don't like the Void, it's just the combos that they've been picking with it haven't seemed, very reliable.
Yeah, no Quap, no Invoker, no nothing really. I mean, Tiny Void isn't like a wow, mind-blowing combo either. Like, you can toss a guy into the Chrono maybe, but you can't really damage people in the Chrono.
Like, I do like the combo of the Void Chrono with the Earth Splitter. Like, I don't mind that. I see what they're trying to do there.
Yeah, the Arrow combo is also there. But it's not like, as I said, not this is like Invoker Cataclysm, you catch 4 heroes, game is over kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because really, we saw it last time. When you play offlane Void, it's all about that Chrono. It's on cooldown, you don't really feel that impactful.
Yeah, because you're trying to do something a little bit different than what we've seen with conventional Voids back when you were seeing Void in the safe lane. Here you're just trying to get things like Ags and Shard as XCJ goes down to Fade. Just a little bit too far out. Ehome will claim first blood. 7E also taking a lot of damage over mid.
And Xnova took the other water rune. So now he's out of bottle charges, but Elder Titan should just be DPing to refill. Yep. Easy refill. And there's just so much damage coming out of the Gush. Plus Anchor Smash, and then the minus armor from the Shredder and Blightstone, of course. How much minus is that? That is -8, minus... It's actually level 2 Gush, so minus 13 armor. Not bad. How much does Elder Titan have? 6.
So it's a lot of minus armor.
That's yeah, it puts him really far into the minus.
Fortune's End. Son Goku will just time walk away. He's got that ring of health. Avalanche comes through as well as the toss. So they have the damage on XM. He doesn't have Ball Lightning just yet. And under the tier 1 tower, nobody's rotating.
That was very unnecessary. The Mirana missed an arrow on a slept target. It's not a good sign usually.
But now that Mirana does have an early medallion, so they're trying to get some armor reduction.
And also plus armor against it, minus armor that the Dia have.
Right.
Luna being left alone though. Being very pressured, only sitting at 20 CS. Juggernaut already at 31.
Sylar.
Complete free from there.
Yeah. You may not be able to do much to Son Goku, but you're still CSing, having an easy time. Realistically, there isn't much he can do to you either that doesn't put him in harm's way, especially when the Oracle's there, because if you time walk aggressively, that could be a problem. They go onto the Luna, they've got to sleep.
Good sleep.
And that will keep IDC alive. XCJ just in time with the sleep.
He would have died otherwise.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, still 3 Shredder shots available. Good sleep coming out, but again, Luna just absolutely pressured.
Avalanche again, toss. Oh, they missed the arrow once more.
The second one already.
Now they've got the Vortex onto 7E. Fortune's End coming through, taking a lot of damage. Ball Lightning to the other side of 7E. They've got the kill onto 7E. A little bit of revenge as XM was the one who lost his life first over mid.
Yeah, that's all on the back of that missed arrow. Like, Mirana 4 is very unreliable. Like, it actually takes quite a bit of effort to get those arrow connections constantly.
Yeah.
The prize is mine.
Not easy at all. Sometimes it looks like the most broken Pulse 4 hero when you hit all these arrows. Other times when you hit nothing, you don't provide anything.
There was a point in time for, like, I would say a full year where, like, Kaka was playing this Mirana 4. And he was probably the best Mirana I was seeing globally. He was really dominating with that hero.
Yeah, it was also the really broken one, though, where there was 5 seconds stun over 1.
After XCJ.
Wow, the damage.
Very forward fire snap cookie, and again, he just finds himself a little bit too far out, and he'll die to Chalice.
And Mirana also rotated for nothing.
And Sylar, you know he's already having a good lane. You've got Mirana out of that lane. So 1v1 up against this Void, Sylar's happy.
Yeah, I mean, Lacoste's leg is not the only thing that's hairy here. They're in a pretty hairy situation also, SAG is. Tiny needs a really good game.
Luna in trouble. Anchor smash and the sleep again with the damage coming in from X-Nova. They finally get the kill on IDC. XCJ comes over trying to right-click. They get the chrono, but it's onto the Elder Titan. They brought over SRF. Do they even have the damage to get the kill on a Chalice? He's not level 6 yet, so he does not have that Ravage. The leap forward, a couple more right-clicks needed. One more there with the medallion used, and Chalice will die.
Yeah, it just shows the mindset, though. Like, there was another very interesting chrono.
It felt like he didn't care about the damage coming out from XCJ, just went.
Yeah. And of course, he tried to catch 2 again, but we've seen the same story last time, you know? Like, I think at the end of the game, he chronoed more teammates than enemies.
Yeah, because it became worse and worse, and then I think he went for the extra
AoE as well. Yeah. It's just, that's what happens when you have no combo with it, you know? You're like, what do? Do I just chrono here? And you think too much, and then nothing.
We used to see that with, what was it, like, Void Lycan lanes? Not lanes, but like, you'd have both Void and Lycan, and you were trying to put him on the edge of the chrono to have Lycan be able to hit away at those heroes while Void was doing the same.
Luna here again.
Yeah, IDC, he's caught Fire Snap Cookie, and the little Shredder just shreds through IDC.
Yeah, plus a double damage as well. Arrow dodged once more.
Easy kill there for Ehome once again, and they're shutting down the safe laner of SAG.
Yeah, absolutely brutal. And yeah, what you said is very true. Chronoing people at the edge is so difficult, especially if you want to catch multiple.
It's another go here over on a 7E. Fire Snap Cookie lands. The sweep is onto the Snapfire as well as this Storm. But 7E still in trouble. Omni Slash bouncing around. Is he going to get lucky? No, never lucky.
That was so well done by Sylar. He actually tanked the arrow with the Blade Fury.
Yeah.
Protecting his Storm from the impact. And then he also gets lucky with the Omni Slash. Yeah. Like, Sylar is feeling himself right now.
Such a heads-up move.
Yeah.
There's definitely like 2 Sylars we see at times. But when he is on, he looks like he could still be the top carry in the region.
Yeah, he has always been so like inconsistent though. He's a very interesting guy.
Gets the healing ward out.
Like he almost died to 2 supports here after making such a good play. You know, like
it would feel very, very bad.
Would feel like very Sylar-esque though. Chalice Ravage online. He's not the kind of guy that doesn't skill it and says, I don't have Ravage. I can't come. I'm farming.
Using that roar to stack Ancients, saying your roar is down, I can't come.
Yeah, the lizard special. Both of them have something in common. Have an L in their name.
He's got 3k lead for Ehome, 10 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I mean, they're just winning all lanes. Surprisingly enough, the offlane Void is sitting at the highest net worth, and he's building into, of course, tank items, so he won't really be the deciding factor for his team.
The next time he's going into the Kaya first on this Storm. We've been seeing a lot more of this. The trend away from Orchid at times, and into the Kaya first.
Yeah, a lot of people favor this Kaya Sage build now, simply because it gives you extra HP, status resistance, which is quite good on the Storm. But you're really missing out on that early pressure that Orchid provides. Like, you would be able to kill pretty much the entire lineup with an Orchid.
Yeah.
It's just a different approach to the game where you play like more safe, less pressure, more farm oriented. Like, you're basically just playing a bit more for yourself.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I've just got Sour top of the net worth.
I mean, this Tiny just feels so bad. Like
Top tower is under
1300 gold away from his blink, hasn't really gotten any kill yet in the game, in the map. And it's just getting harder, you know. The more tanky these heroes gets, the harder it is for you to kill them, obviously.
No, you're not going to be able to blow them up. You're not. Your snowball potential goes away.
Yeah, and we have 0 points in the aura also on the ET, so there's no magic amplification coming out. They have an Oracle to save.
I really do
TP
like
from
the
XM.
natural order 1 point there. They go to the Moonlight Shadow for the damage on a 70. Ooh. Ends up dead to X Nova. They've got the Earth Splitter on it too, but it doesn't do enough. The arrow lands onto the Snapfire, but they have nothing to follow that.
Yeah, I'm very surprised he doesn't have a single point in Grow. It provides 12 bonus armor.
Surviving there.
He would have not died, for sure. Yeah.
So he's not put a point in Grow. You've got no points in natural order. Like, I truly think just the first point in natural order
is value.
Is so value. 2-2-1 instead of going 3-2-0-1.
Yeah, and I would agree. You don't need a second point in Spirit at all. Yeah. What do we say? Unfortunate.
Yeah. It's tough. It's the little things here that are really hurting SAG.
Yeah, Maelstrom picked up on Juggernaut, so his Omni Slash is going to hurt quite a bit. They might be able to find a Tiny here again.
He just died. Now he's got Grow, though.
He got unsmoked. Or Juggernaut did anyway.
Oh, they might still find him. He's sitting mid. Ball Lightning. Mortimer's Kisses. They don't catch him yet, and they're not going to dive it.
Oh, XM with a little bit of a misplay.
I'm surprised he didn't go for the extra jump. Maybe he was scared if he goes for the jump, he could time the avalanche toss and get killed instead.
Potentially. Is he going to tank the arrow again? Not this time.
Arrow gets tanked by Chalice, and you need to be careful. He does have Ravage. They're going to run into this. They use the Chrono, but they go up into the air, and, well, Son Goku doesn't do anything with this. They get the kill on a Fade. They'll only take out the Snapfire for now, but they look over at Son Goku. They've used the Eclipse, and Chalice taking a lot of this. They've got the Blade Fury right on top of XCJ. I'll take out a second. 70 still looking to make a move forward. Avalanche toss with the arrow, but Chalice is still no worse for wear. They turn this back around. They get the kill on a 70. They blow him up very quickly. 3 heroes down to the side of SAG for the one of Ehome, and that's just the Snapfire.
Yeah, that magic damage coming out from the Oracle, Tide Gush, and Storm. Way too much for the Tiny to handle. And now is the question, where's the damage going to come from his Radiant team? I don't really see it. Healing Ward, Oracle, tanky Titan frontline. We saw the Luna ult, it didn't even do anything.
The Chalice just soaked up the beat.
Yeah, and then a full Omni Slash onto the tanky Void, brings him down, and they just have nothing left in the tank after that Luna Eclipse.
And they still want to go back. That's the thing that gets me. You just run, you know, you've used everything. You're trying to blow up one, but if that doesn't work, it's overstepping by a lot, and you're going to pay for it, and you did.
Yeah, I mean, he ran on towards the Tide, who already has a hood anyway, so he wouldn't have died from that, but he got saved by Oracle's Fate Edict, took 0 damage, and just gets
0 damage.
Instantly blown up, yeah. Now 6k lead in 14 minutes. Looking rough for SAG.
And again, we're seeing the snowball potential diminish for SAG. That Blink Dagger is still not online for 70.
Yeah.
And your Luna has Mask of Madness.
No, nothing at this point, really. He's going into the Dragonlance to be able to hit possibly out of the Chrono.
Vortex kisses XCJ. He ends up dead. Son Goku forced the time walk away.
Yeah. So everyone, literally everyone is doing this build now. He's also going for the Kaya Sage first item and then into the Orchid.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Radiant's bottom
I've seen it in the
tower
EU
is
as
under
well.
attack.
Like, and even in NA, I think all the Storms are doing it now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think the first guy that started it was Somnus, at least that I've seen in the tournament.
Right. It's always interesting to see whether or not things catch on in other regions, because there are certainly things that you'll see that are regionally specific, and then things that, like, if a team's paying attention, they'll watch a game and be like, all right, let's bring this to EU, or let's bring this to, you know, the Chinese region. Avalanche comes in. Tide has Ravage. Earth Splitter comes through, tossed up into the air. Chalice looking like he's going to die.
They can barely
He's
kill
really
him.
tanking it, though. Making this a tough chase. I mean, they got 4 guys hitting him. That's ridiculous. They're all chasing him, and he... Honestly, if there was any rotation that came out from Ehome, he throws a Ravage there, and they're in trouble.
It's scary, yeah, for sure. Like, suddenly the Oracle comes, like, whoops. A little bit of trouble here.
He's got Fate's Edict. He doesn't die to that Avalanche.
Double damage, of course, right in front of the pit. Let's go Roshan, boys. The gift of Gaben. Also the Gaben. It's crazy when you find these DDs in front of Rosh. Like, maybe they have to kind of like tweak the positioning of the runes or Roshan, maybe, so it's not as close to the top rune.
I wonder if they could move power runes out of the river completely.
Or power runes just get dispelled when you go into Roshan or something like that.
That
like Roshan is
that's strong.
Like anti-mage, you know. He's like, I take your power from you, and then he gets the double damage rune instead.
Does he? Would that be if you step in at any point during the game, even if Roche is down, or does Roche have to be up?
He has to be out. Like one of his spells, like he absorbs the power rune or something.
An aura.
Yeah, not an aura, just like an active spell. Like he's like a partner life drain.
He takes the double damage
He
and then
takes
starts
double
hitting
damage.
for double damage.
Yes, exactly. A regeneration rune heals him back up to full. That would bring in a very fun element, I feel like.
He gets the illusion, all of a sudden 2 Roches are walking around.
Triple Roche. Triple clap.
Ball lightning all the way in for Son Goku. They've got themselves the
He's very
Vortex.
tanky,
They're
though.
going to look to get the kill onto this Void, and on the Blade Fury, they'll get the kill. Take out 1.
I believe he had time to jump there at the end, but he walked for like a good half second.
Shadows take us.
Yeah, I want to say he had a split second.
Monka? Now they're smoked up with a tiny blink dagger, but damage? Can they even kill the Storm? He has Raindrop, 1800 health.
Avalanche comes through. There's the toss with the arrow, and the Sleep Starstorm comes through. SRF gets the kill. So they do, but it does take a decent amount.
Yeah, if he had strength threats, he would have probably lived there, but was walking around with in threats.
Top tower is under
This is a punishment for you greedy kids out there. Always strength threats when you're walking around.
Gotta know what you're doing. That's what Valve needs to release next.
What?
Real treads.
Real life threats?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Press a button, it changes the color.
Which one would you... No, I mean, they also have to give attributes.
Well.
Which one would you get?
I feel like
if you had to choose one of the 3.
No, you get to swap them.
No,
You
but
don't
yeah,
just
no.
get to choose.
But you have to choose one of the components first. Are you going to buy the robe, the band of Elfskin, or the belt of Giant
I
Strength?
think if I was younger, I would go for the intelligence. Do better in school.
But you're not younger. You are now.
So I'd probably go strength, get the extra life.
Alright. What about agility?
If I was younger playing sports, want to be faster.
Always younger,
Yeah, man.
Always looking back into the past, B-Cup. You gotta look ahead. Your future is bright, my son.
Ooh. Gotta open that door.
If I deem it so.
Make it so.
Alright, Storm now has an Essence Ring as well.
Makes him
more tanky. He
Close
learned
to
his lesson.
BKB.
He switched to strength test while he was walking around. See?
Lessons learned. They're gonna go out.
They are in no position to fight the SAG. Whenever Ehome comes and knocks at the door, they need to leave ASAP.
Radiant's middle
But at the
tower
same
is
time, they
under
also need
attack.
to use a Chrono in order to somewhat mitigate the advantage that Ehome is getting.
Right.
It's a tough position to be in. Like, if you have a teamfight ult, there's 160 seconds cooldown. Is Le Rave.
So they'll push out bottom. They just have Chalice going for the halberd over mid. He's farming really well.
At least Mirana has a heal scepter, so they have one more way to set up. But as I said, Chalice is getting massive.
Oh, another double damage. Chalice will pick it up this time, though. Not that that's any better. He still hits pretty hard.
Yeah, that ankle smash is going to clear creeps like no tomorrow.
SRF coming over and sitting under the tier 2 tower bottom. Maybe looking to make a play, landing an arrow or something.
He has a Yule, so there's potential for a combo. But again, like if they're all 5 on Ehome, you have to stay clear of them. I feel like even if you chrono 5 heroes, you're not going to win this team fight.
I just don't think you have the damage.
Exactly. Like Void is pure support at this point. He's building into a diffusal, which he's 1,000 gold away from. Luna farmed up quite well, to be honest. He has a BKB now.
They're just going to take this tower. And they're not going to defend. They'll throw an arrow, but it's not going to kill the siege creep.
Yeah.
They might even feel ballsy enough to go for the tier 3, but they won't.
No. And Snapfire is amazing in these scenarios, really. You just remove the tower of the armor of the tower by quite a bit.
70. Avalanche, Toss, and the Eclipse all used. He's got the Vortex and the Ball Lightning, so he's free to leave. False Promise used, the save is there, so Eclipse is down.
He's going to be full.
They also used the Moonlight Shadow, so they went in Viz. They try to make this happen. IDC, he's in no man's land, but they might be able to get Fade. If they can at least get one on this, they might feel good. As XM starts to run, the Lucent Beam comes out. The chase is there. They're looking for XM. They'll land another Lucent Beam, but IDC doesn't have a lot of mana to play with.
To be fair, it was a good play, like sticking around. They did not expect it at all in Ehome. They do get a Snapfire kill out of it, but this Juggernaut is still completely uncontested. 302, 12.6k net worth. See what he's going for next. 3k gold banked up. Could be a Skadi. Could be an Aghanims. Both are pretty good choices.
Even that Shard.
Yeah, Sharp would be decent. But usually on carries that like their Shard, you kind of just want to wait for the second Roche nowadays. Because you're getting it for free anyways.
Yeah, and no need to spend the gold.
Yeah. Heaven's Halberd now picked up on Tide. 2.4k health with the hood. I don't think they can kill him before Ravage, like ever, even during a chrono. Maybe if they go all in on him, but there's still an Oracle, of course. It's always a rough one.
Yeah, we just saw that happen top. False Promise.
Back to full instantly. Storm catches out L Titan.
XCJ trying to get the sleep, but the damage is too much. X-Nova swipey to kill away.
Yep, trying to get the sleep, but instead he has been put to sleep. Poor young lad.
Always fun to steal some kills with some Purifying Flames.
Yeah, I always do when I play Oracle.
And you hit that level 2 on the Purifying Flames when you're in a lane, and all of a sudden you feel like you can swipe anything. Go with the Yules, and
no arrow.
Illusion Rune. No arrow coming out. XM taking a lot of damage, but he's got the Vortex. IDC.
Where was the arrow?
Can't do enough.
He would have been dead. Was it on cooldown? Perhaps? Must have been. But he didn't even try to shoot it.
No, not at all.
That was a dead Storm if it hits.
Did he see the Illusion Rune and just thought, I'm not going to hit it?
Doesn't matter. Like, you can't get out of it. If you time it properly, of course. But IDC says, IDC, I go back farm.
Do my thing.
Yep.
Second in the network.
He's almost level 18. Not bad, actually. He out-leveled the Juggernaut by 2 levels. That's pretty impressive. But, of course, still behind him farm because of map control and stuff.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he doesn't have the levels on Sylar. Because he's been, for the most part, by himself.
Yeah, but he doesn't have like the most farm-efficient item build. Like, he doesn't have the Battle Fury. He has the Maelstrom, which is like a second-grade farm item for him. Almost a Skadi, though. 1 stats up. I mean, they're just all tanking up on the Dire side. Like, Storm sitting at 2k with a finished BKB, Tide at 2.5k, Jug at 2.4k.
I don't know how they're going to kill him. They smoke up on SAG. They're going to try and make something happen. There is a Tide bottom, but no longer, because they're going to smoke themselves.
Now they have level 4 ET Aura, though. Like, I think they can chew through some of those tanky cores now.
Roshan in a minute.
Maybe not Tide, but the rest should be able to die.
Radiant are scanning.
So he did go like 3-2-0-1 and then got 1 point into the stomp. Maxed out natural order.
Oh, he unsmoked him on Nirana. Well played. Dust too late. Okay, XM going high ground. He has a gem as well.
Yes,
Good chrono.
That's on a 2. Could be decent. Earth Splitter coming through. That's going to land, but the Ravage is in, and that stops them from getting anything done. Omnislash comes in with the false promise onto the Jug, so they will keep alive Sylar. They end up losing X-Nova. He's dead for 38 seconds. Doesn't have buyback. Fire Snap Cookie lands out of the Faceless Void. Sun Kuku trying to time walk away. Elder Titan's gone. He buys back immediately, but the damage coming in from Sylar might be too much. Time Dilation, slowing up Sylar. He's on the run. Arrow comes through, but he's got the Blade Fury in time. 70's in a little bit too deep. They hit the sleep on XM, but they just don't have any damage to follow it up. 70 getting away, but finally the Ball Lightning comes out from XM. He's now got no mana to work with. Lucent Beam through onto Sylar. Manta popped on the run. Lucent Beam once again. Sylar gone. Chalice, he's also out of mana, and they can continue to chase. If they land the sleep, he's most likely dead here. They do have the control. They do have the damage coming in from IDC, and Chalice, he'll fall.
Overstaying their welcome quite a bit here. Oh, Mirana also caught Fate. Oh,
20 health.
Where's the Void? Oh, he did not come to chase. He would have been the one to do it with the Diffuser Blade, but Fate is gonna get out, and so is little SRF here. But
Roche is up.
The chrono was good on 2 heroes, but of course they have Oracle to back up the Juggernaut, so he doesn't die, and then just kind of overstayed their welcome. There was a buyback on the Radiant. They still decided to fight. A little bit too cocky. Because Juggernaut feels tanky, but all his armor is white armor. So Elder Titan Aura reduced it by 23. Pretty much taking pure damage from everything.
Good avalanche. And into the sleep that hit on 30.
I'm surprised it did not die there.
70, yeah.
Yeah. And look at the Juggernaut taking so much damage from the ET, from the Luna. He's tanky.
But he's just not tanky enough.
But next to Elder Titan, is anyone really tanky?
Goku sleep. Vortex, Son Goku caught.
He's very survivable though on that Void.
Yeah, Solar Crest on him and from both sides.
Paladin Sword. My finest creation. 5-man smoke up instantly. Ravage. Up in 5.
They could go Roche, but they're going to go fight.
They want to find this Void. He died here before, just a couple of minutes ago.
They look at Son Goku once again. Fire Snap Cookie, and without the Void, that seems like Roche should be theirs.
That's a free Roche, yeah. He got picked off here, as I said, like 4 minutes ago at the same spot, I believe. And he has to be a little bit more careful there. Because I remember in one of the earlier series there, Son Goku also died at the same spot a couple of times.
So now he's going to go for Roche.
Yeah, now that's a shard.
Shard should be for Sylar as well as the Aegis.
Yeah, I believe so. He's trying to steal it.
He
no,
wants
it's never
it,
gonna
but they
happen.
know where the arrow came from.
I mean,
Who's sleep? Hey.
Yeah, this was never gonna happen.
No,
Mirana living in a little bit of a dream world.
Feels like you got to go for something though.
Yeah, it's just I like in these kind of situations I like high risk, low reward plays, or high risk, high reward plays in this case. And it was more like impossible to even get in there, and obviously just gets blown up instantly. No chance to do anything. 10k lead, Aegis, Juggernaut. IDC is laying into him, but Sylar doesn't really seem to care too much.
Lucent Beams on 2.5-second cooldowns, and
he doesn't have the shard yet though. Like the Lucent Beam gets really strong once he has a shard. Wondering if he wants to invest into it. Because second Roche of course is gone, so you won't get a shard for free anymore.
He wants Daedalus right now.
Yeah.
Avalanche toss, Fade on the run, pops the mech, and now going the other way, going after 7E. The rest of the team's going to cut him off. XM comes in, they've got the Solar Crest onto the Tiny, and they'll get the kill.
It wasn't even close to dying on Fate.
No.
He's there at like 400 health, popped the mech.
Well, they're on Chalice right now. Earth Splitter doesn't have the mana for a Ravage. Earth Splitter misses though.
They can't fight without Earth Splitter. They need the damage. And this is the problem if Tiny is not snowballing in the game. You can't even kill a +4 Snapfire.
And he's 2-6 and 4. We really haven't felt his presence much.
Yeah. It was a rough Tiny game to begin with. Like the lane is not easy. Juggernaut, Tide, Oracle, all great heroes against you.
And they're going to try and take the top 2 or 3. They've got the healing ward.
155 health region on the Juggernaut.
Oh, wow. Catching the Mirana. SRF just trying to make a play there.
Now he killed the healing ward, which was a necessity, but he pays his life for it, so probably not worth.
Now look at the Orchid, and they're going to have another Lucid Beam, and maybe look for a Chrono on the edge. This is actually great, but they've got the False Promise. They'll keep alive Sylar for now. The Orchid comes in. The Ravager's going to be thrown forward. That's going to land onto everybody. And they're going to look to get the kill on IDC, who no longer has mana. They pop the Aegis on the Jug. Sylar, he's going to be back alive in just a second. They need to help him out. Winter's Kiss is coming down. Time Walk away, looking over at XCJ. Ball Lightning with the slow. XCJ should be caught. He'll end up dead, but now they've got the silent on Son Goku. He's trying to run. Is the damage too much? The Orchid Burn is there. XM gets the kill. Avalanche Toss finally coming through on an XM, and he is gone 84 seconds with no buyback.
Juggernaut actually cannot fight the Luna. Like, she just stood her ground with the BKB, with the Satanic, with the Butterfly. He will need to get an MKB on Juggernaut and get it fast. We see it again in the recap. Fight started off a little bit in a funny way, where Mirana just kind of suicides in. But this Luna is too much to deal with right now for Ehome. They get a Ravage on her, full Omni Slash on her, but as I said, she just sits there.
Look at the Chrono, just caught him on the edge.
Yeah, but again, the Oracle ult is, like, you just can't kill anyone in it. Now look at the Luna, just life leeching through everything with the Satanic. Killing the Juggernaut once.
Satanic.
Yeah. And then Storm, going in a little bit too aggressively, gets comboed by the Tiny, does just respawn. Gets taken down. A little bit unnecessary. But, you know, sometimes you just feel yourself. Gotta make some plays.
Is it worth killing the Void there for your life?
No. It's not worth. But as I said, you know, sometimes you just feel yourself like, yeah, it's going on. I messed up.
You know, you don't fear that the game's out of hand just yet if you die like that.
Yeah. I mean, Ehome still know they're in a pretty good position.
But they gotta be
once
careful.
that MKB's up. But now that MKB's up,
yeah,
that Omni Slash is now gonna kill him.
We'll have to see. Has that Butterfly, of course, going Daedalus Shard.
Yeah. Luna is a hero that, if you win one team fight, your base is just gone.
Yeah, but that fight also has to happen
somewhere close to the enemy base.
Yeah, on the other side of the river, I'd say. But you're certainly right.
Luna almost sitting at level 24. He's actually so damn high level.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he outleveled XM by 2 levels, and he's the highest level on Dire. 25 talent of Luna, anything great? I mean, 30% lifesteal. I mean, you already have Satanic, not really game-breaking. It's decent, I guess.
Good addition.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
30% is 30%, as we all know.
Which is almost 40%.
Yeah. And certainly more than 20.
And if it's almost 40%, you round up to 50, which is almost 100. So you're basically life stealing for everything.
Yeah. That's how math works.
Yes.
In Europe as well.
I'm glad.
Yeah, don't worry. You're not the only one that gets taught that way.
I always do that. Oh, 25? Dude, that's almost 50. Halfway to 100.
Yeah. Halfway to 200. And it never stops.
No.
Luna now picked up a shot. 5-man smoke. Son Goku leading the charge. Smoke on smoke action. Usually not the kind that I prefer, but they're just going to be avoiding each other.
Tide going for the Arcane Blink. He needs some time.
Yeah. XM. This Oracle would just be saving anybody that gets chronoed. It's a very tough Void game.
And he did that. You know, he's been doing it well. He's got the Psychic Headband. He got the early Blink Dagger. Like, this was a really early Blink Dagger for X-Nova. And it's helped him get the positioning that he needs to find the false promises.
Yeah, it really, even if you die as Oracle after you save a teammate from the Chronosphere, you still did your job. You're still in a good position to win a team fight. What they need right now is a good old 5-man Chrono. Let's go, Son Goku.
With the Eclipse.
With the Eclipse, with the bouncing glaives.
Don't look right into the
They have a gem on tight.
Oh, Chrono on a 2.
Oh, that's good.
It's out of the Storm as well as the Sapphire. They're going to go to the Eclipse as well as the Air Splitter. It's very good. They got the save, though, on XM with Paul's Promise. Chalice comes through with a Ravage. That's not going to hit on IDC. Upon the BKB, they're still going after Chalice. They'll get the kill out of the Side Hunter, but they've lost themselves both their supports. Luna getting low. Blade Fury, Satanic, is it going to be enough? Oh, Lightning Vortex, no. IDC, he ends up dead, and now the rest may follow. 7E with the BKB. It's not looking likely that he'll survive this. Does toss away the Jug. Gets up onto the high ground, and now their attention actually goes into the Faceless Void. So he survives it just because Son Goku is the one getting chased.
I mean, you hate to see it. This entire fight is purely won on the back of a double damage rune on Juggernaut. If he doesn't have that, Luna actually outfights him, and sometimes it happens, I guess. You have all the rune control. You're going to get the DD eventually. In this case, it just might have won Ehome the game.
It's just not fair.
It just is not fair. IDC probably clicking on Juggernaut.
Ooh, toss back. But Sylar gets Blade Fury off, and
toss back for what?
Is dead.
Yeah. What was it? Okay.
Toss back for hype.
Yeah. Fake hype.
Toss back for what?
He does have a buyback though.
Yeah. Son Goku.
So he can toss back again.
No chrono for 80.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
They're going to lose this top set.
Yeah, no way to defend this now.
And they've got the Orchid, they have the ball lightning with the Vortex. Do they have the control? They've rooted him up. Son Goku gets the time walk away.
Radiant structures are
Arrow,
fortified.
dodge, sleep, dodge. No back end though. Oh, he wakes him up with the Oracle heal. I like that.
That's excellent, knowing what he needs to do. They'll go after the Mirana. They've got the Mortimer's Kisses. Maybe unnecessary for Fade to throw those out there, but they do get the kill on ISRF.
See, always live and learn, B-Cup. I'm not an Oracle player. I never even thought about using that spell to wake someone up from the ET sleep.
I'm surprised you never thought of it being the carry, trying to find ways to wake up from the sleep if you get hit by one.
Ah, sure, but usually it's like disappointing. I got you. Okay. I trust you blindly.
Do you.
Yeah. You wake me up any way you want. Want to wake me up, dude? You say you wake me up, I trust you. One more level on Juggernaut. I really hope he's going to go for the Omni Slash duration because he never comes close to dying. He has an Oracle behind him. Just go for pure damage.
It's crazy that Storm is out-leveled the Jug as well.
What talent is he going to go for?
Like Sylar,
Double overload attack bounce.
Sylar's 7-1 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Storm 8-3 and 15.
Oh,
They involved a lot more.
he has the Penta-Edge Sword on Jug. 80 bonus attack range. Nope, 100, sorry.
Invisibility.
Penta, not as good as the Scepter Edge Sword. Right into the Ravage. They're going to blink forward and go after Son Goku as well as the Mirana. They got the Ravage that hit, but it's not going to get more than just SRF for the moment. They drop the Eclipse down onto Chalice. They toss him up into the air. The right click's coming through, but it's not going to be enough to keep Chalice alive right now. Chrono down onto 2. They've got the Earth Splitter. False Promise comes out of the Storm. They get the Kona XCJ as well. 70. They're throwing out the damage onto Sylar. He's trying to Blade Fury away, but he ends up dead. Oh, dear. He's gone. Does have buyback. It's an unstoppable spree going the way of IDC. Oh, first hit bash, of course. Fade, now dead. Timeless Relic. It's a good one to have if you're SAG, and look at the time. It's Roshan clock.
Yeah, it's Roshan clock indeed. We'll see if he wants to buy back or not. But this is the difference between not having a DD and having one. IDC obliterates Sylar. He has no chance whatsoever. You look at that team fight again. Started off in a pretty interesting way where Mirana gets taken down again, but his Omni Slash doesn't do enough damage now without a DD. IDC stands tall, absolutely destroys Sylar. In the backline, Son Goku lives barely. Also can't take him down, very tanky Void. And now Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shot.
Refresher
That's
on the
double
Void.
Chrono. That's double Chrono.
And going Divine Rapier on Luna.
Again, IDC actually, he just doesn't care. Like every game, Rapier game.
Don't need the True Strike. I could just, you know, I just need the Rapier.
Yeah. To be fair, they have no real evasion on the die. And we've seen how fast the Juggernaut already died.
I wouldn't mind if Jug had, like, Axe, honestly. Because Swift Slash takes you out of the fight for a split second. Like, you use that with the Omni Slash, you're just bouncing around. Like, you're staying away from things, but also outputting damage.
I kind of feel like he needs some... just a way to fight the Luna head on. Like a Satanic would work wonders for him. If you can just stand toe-to-toe with the Luna, that's the only problem they have. Nobody can 1v1 the Luna right now. None of them.
IDC's name is not Goku, but he's certainly going
Feels
Super
like it.
Saiyan God.
Yeah. Double Chrono could be super game winning. Like you can kill a Storm, he buys back, you kill him again with the next Chrono, you could potentially just win a game right there.
They need to be careful about how they really
Top tower is under attack.
try to tear out this fight.
Yeah. SAG is really good at always kind of eking their way back into it.
Tower has fallen.
It's a very sort of different feeling we get from them.
Yeah, the Weaver game wasn't exactly a lost game where they looked terrible or anything like that. They just had a bad Chrono at the end. Like, that was the difference maker.
Yeah, and Void is a hero like that.
Tower is
They have
under
to be
attack.
careful. Like, if the top tower falls, it's going to be Bound City.
Are fortified.
Luckily, Void's not level 25.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have that extra AoE.
I hope he goes for backtrack this time, learning the lesson from the last time.
Lucent Beamball
he's
coming
played.
through. There's the
got
Chrono
the jog.
on a Sylar. They drop the Eclipse down. Mortimer's Kiss is coming in, and that's going to be the second Chrono right on top of these heroes, but they got the false promise off out of the Juggernaut. Can they keep alive Sylar?
Juggernaut might
the
die
damage
here.
coming in, the toss up into the air. Can he survive? He goes into the Omni Slash. He takes out IDC's first life. 70 falls, but Sylar is gone. He's going to buy back with the Lucid Beam coming through on a fade. XCJ looking for the sweep. That hits on a Chalice. Blink forward from X Nova, charging up the Fortune's End. That will be a route, potentially an opportunity for Ehome to catch up. That actually roots up 2. The Ravage is in. It hits on the 3. XCJ, he's gone. And IDC soon to follow into the grave. They got the kills that they came for. That is well timed by Chalice.
Yeah, very well done by them. A small misplay by Luna. He used the Satanic
Radiant's middle
for
tower
no reason,
is under
really.
attack.
If he had it there, potentially he could fight back, maybe kill a hero or two. But well played by Ehome. Cost him the buyback of Sylar, though. If he
did.
dies one more time.
But it also cost the buyback of IDC.
Sure, it did. And Tiny and Titan have no buyback. So they might just be looking to close out the game right here. Can Luna defend this alone?
Jugzo and Butterfly.
It's a good decision because he has no MKB.
Right.
However, he has 5k gold saved up, so he could just go MKB straight away.
He could see it and just...
Yeah. Arrow on Sylar.
Be careful. They
I-
don't have false promise for 12 seconds.
Fake hype. I thought IDC was going to go in the
Time walk in, time walk out, do the hokey pokey, and you turn yourself around.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
But this
Arrow.
Lucent Beam spam with the auto attacks coming out from it.
It's actually disgusting.
Radiant's
He doesn't have Chrono for another 70 seconds, so right now, Ehome kind of feel comfortable to stay here.
Luna's out of
Do a
mana
false
soon.
promise. All right, Quick's coming in on a Chalice, Ball Lightning, Vortex coming through, Arrow out on a Sylar, catches him off the speed. Sylar is being caught for a second, but they just can't do anything. They've got the Heaven's Halberd on IDC, so the damage isn't coming out from this Luna.
Oh, we're doing a lot of fake hype today. Sorry, guys. But it always looks quite promising because it takes a lot of damage, like a lot of burst damage, but then no follow-up. Luna quite scared for her own life. Going to a Sange Yasha.
It's just you see the post arrow play out in your head
I know
before
what
they
you mean,
even
yeah.
jump.
But why did he go into Sange Yasha? Out of any item. Like, he needs an MKB and he needs it now.
Yeah.
He started Eagle Song on Jug. He won't be able to kill the Jug anymore.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and the double Ravage.
Double Ravage. Omelette du fromage.
He really needs that Kaioken 10 times to really spill in.
He needs Super Saiyan, Blue, God Mode, Kaioken times 10, Gogeta. Gogeta, whatever.
Spell Prism. 2-second Lucent Beam. Make it even, lower on the cooldown.
So now the problem is that Luna will die in one Omni Slash from full health. Like, Jug is just a super anti-carry, especially with level 25 talent, plus 1 second duration.
If they catch the first Ravage, they'll probably catch the second.
Yep. He will shred this Luna, and honestly, I just want to see it. Let's go, Salah.
Force Staff.
Shred her.
Going for the Pike.
On the Luna, yeah. Needs some mobility. I'm just not on board at all with the Saint Joshua pickup. If he went MKB, sure, I love it. Saint Joshua is... As a 6th item also.
Very odd.
Yeah.
Things are tense. Nobody wants to make the move because you can see how fast your buildings go.
Yeah. But Ehome has the map control right now. So they're probably just going to be waiting out the next Roche or wait for a potential mistake from SAG. They have a Storm, the best hero in the game to punish set mistakes. And he will almost have his Cypher Vice.
Get into that Hex.
BKB is good, but if you're hexed instantly, you can't use
Hex for Sylar or IDC for 3 minutes 45 seconds. Tiny's is up in 30, but he doesn't have the gold for it.
Yeah. So the problem with Tiny this game is just he never managed to transition into a core. So it's basically Luna versus 5.
He didn't really do anything.
Yeah. Tiny pickup. They picked it into the Storm, mind you. So
Luna taking that Eclipse Lucent mini stun at 25.
Which is an odd decision without the Scepter.
Ball Lightning on the way in. They've got the Hex out of the Luna. They're going to go with the Ravage. They've got themselves the Refresher as well as the second Ravage. That's going to be Luna dead. 2 minutes gone without IDC. And Ehome should be able to close it up. They'll get the kill there on a 70. They'll take out this Elder Titan and Ehome. They're going to take this game.
Yep. Cider flaming IDC a little bit with the voice line here.
That's how it's done.
Yeah.
Chrono.
Good Chrono on
just not timely enough.
Tidehunter.
Yeah.
It was honestly from what they had, I think SAG played quite well. It's just they outdrafted themselves pretty hard, picking Tiny into Storm, then Luna into Juggernaut with a Void already. I feel like it was a really good carry Void game. I don't know why they just didn't do that.
Yeah.
Pick another offlane that can pressure the Juggernaut, like an LC or something.
They seem to like that offlane Void. It just doesn't work out again, like just on the edge of working.
Yeah. Their draft is the only thing holding them back. Their gameplay is actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So SAG, they need to figure out some things going into game 2. Ehome have a 1-0 lead over SAG. To break it down a little bit further for you, we've got the panel. Back over to you guys.
Yet again, glimpses of greatness from this offlane Void from Sparking Arrow Gaming, but just coming ever so slightly short to actually winning the game. This time, at least, Luna didn't get caught in any Chronos.
With Black about what he said, not about the legs, but about the draft that's holding them back, because this is where they look strong, when they have a wonky draft, when they have some Void on the offlane, and they make it work somehow. If you remember that first series that we watched when they had offlane Void, the second game they had a normal draft that's easy to read, something conventional, and then they lost in 20 minutes. So.
Yeah, it seems like they're...
It seems like to be the story of a lot of the teams when they lose the first game, when they kind of feel like they should have won it, and then they just crumble in game 2. They try something different. Like, this is pretty normal for Sparking Arrow Gaming, I would say. But this time around, Faceless Void didn't go for any like meme type of a build. Had the shard in the end, but he felt like he needs to be a core, because Tiny didn't really scale, so like you can't just rely on Luna to deal damage. Maybe potentially the play there would be when they're sieging the high ground here is to buy Divine Rapier and Luna and just go all in. Like you win a fight and you win a game pretty much. But he had enough gold. He had 7,000 gold, if I see that correctly. So yeah, he got enough to buy it, but did not want to invest in it in the end. Decides to sell his power treads, buy SNY. After using the buyback, it's just like these two items are not going to win you the game. If you're scared of losing Divine Rapier, you probably shouldn't buy it. But you need to have the winner's mentality is like, yeah, I'm doing this.
He's got the first half of the winner's mentality. That's
queuing it up?
Yeah,
okay.
Queuing it up. Sometimes he buys it, but the problem is even when he does buy it, like in that Weaver game, it feels like a burden because he's not playing as freely anymore.
He was afraid of his Faceless Void. I think that's the biggest threat.
I mean, he was also having immense slot issues because I think he had the Rapier queued up and then he saw the Butterfly on Jug and he was just like I'm not going to hit this guy. It doesn't give me True Strike anymore. And so
yeah, but SNY and Pike don't do that as well.
Also true, yeah.
Mirana didn't have a really good game early on, and she landed some good arrows later. It's position 4 that has unreliable Mirana can look like a godlike hero, or she can be like, what the hell are you doing? If you don't,
Dog-like?
yeah, especially, yeah. If you don't hit the arrows, it's gonna feel like you don't have that position. For Faceless Void did good, you know. I liked his item build in this game where he tanked up a bit and then decided that he also needs a bit more damage. Tiny on the mid lane never transitioned into a core. Like, he was struggling a bit, you know. Like, he goes in, uses the combo, puts himself in a bad spot. Some good ravages there by Chalice as well. Like, he landed multiple of those. One more fight, you know, sometimes you're just blessed by Gaben. First they find DD, so they get Roche with that, and in that one fight they also find another DD. I'm like, what? Where's this whole damage coming out from the Omni Slash? And then I realized Juggernaut has a double damage.
Yeah, and this game was really close. It was much closer than I expected. I expected this Luna versus Jug matchup to go completely in Jug's favor too. And in a game in which his team was doing well, he wasn't completely dominating and crushing and just eliminating Luna on his own. Some of these fights, it was actually the opposite. He goes Omni Slashes, they tank it up, and then Luna solos him. So I was a little bit surprised in how that matchup played out. But I don't know, this is what I expect from a tiny mid. You kind of do well, you get a couple of pickoffs, and then you fall off. You go for Blink Force BKB or Blink Echo BKB, and then you fall off. I think they needed perhaps an Aghanims on him a little bit earlier for that volley in the Chronosphere to amp up the damage a little bit.
That's what I was hoping for, because every single time they first phase these Faceless Voids, they pile in so much team fight. But maybe this time they couldn't, because of our sinister MVP, X Nova. What good is throwing a whole bunch of damage into a Chrono if it's just going to get false promised away and you can't really kill the target?
I feel like this game could have been, you know, different if they did not have a saving support for Ehome. Like, if it was something more greedy, I think this game swings in Sparking Arrow's gaming favor.
This man had a refresher orb at the
I've never seen that before.
I've never seen an Oracle with an I think I bought it once for the memes when I was playing mid lane Oracle core.
So you can refresh your 1.5 second Purifying Flames.
Exactly, but it was literally just a meme. And this guy actually bought it. It's interesting. One save was not enough. He wanted to save 2 people.
Yeah, I don't know if we ended up actually seeing it, but it was in his inventory at the end of the game. And it's a creative approach, but definitely it seems like the Faceless Void may be answered. Last time it was answered in Game 1, Sparking Arrow Gaming kind of fell to pieces in Game number 2. Hopefully they can take their experience from that previous series and give us a more competitive Game number 2. We're going to jump to a quick break, and when we return, we will see the remainder of this series. And we're back with Ehome versus Sparking Arrow Gaming, where we have witnessed that maybe this Faceless Void is the secret to SAG's initial success, but they need to find that carry that takes them over the edge.
The secret sauce.
Yeah, what is that secret sauce?
The secret sauce was keeping the Grove Bow and the Dragon Lance.
We saw the range. Luna did not get caught.
Look, they were winning
They were
up
winning.
to the point when she ditched that Grove Bow and picked up what, the Spell Prism?
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Exactly.
Oh man. Okay.
They need some damage. I would love to see them, pick a carry that can actually deal damage inside of Chronosphere, something from the mid lane, like
get that sniper that you were talking about.
Get that Invoker, That's like the Chronospheres were on point, don't get me wrong. Like compared to when the last time he played Faceless Void, he looked much more comfortable.
That's why I think they should go with the same strategy. I'm with Lizard. Whenever they go for traditional stuff.
Oh no, they banned
it's
it.
bad news. But we have a draft already for game number 2.
Bad news, people. Void
Banned
is out. SAG will have to play something standard, something normal. They go with their normal stuff with the Snapfire. Perhaps a Phoenix as well can be picked up by them. This duo of supports, they really like to roll quite a lot. And Ehome now, let's see. What's left in the pool? Puck is left in the pool. Io is left in the pool, something that we don't see them play.
Yeah, I don't think it's Sylar Hero, unfortunately.
I feel like if you're a core player right now, you have.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you
have to have it. How were you not practicing it after TI9?
Shadow Shaman instead, and a Razor.
Wow. Like they didn't even know what
no,
Razor's
troll
playing
or
into, but they're like,
anything.
we're gonna ruin your carry no matter what.
Damn,
that's an early Razor pick. Like even though they don't know what he's gonna play into.
And it's even not that good of a denial pick. Because like if you want to pick troll, then just ban the Razor.
Yeah, this is interesting. It's really not where we see Razor shine as the first phase pick material. Usually you pick him to counter a melee core or some melee offlaner. Recently Razor has become more popular, let's put it that way, like in these early aggression kind of lineups. We've seen EG even with Razor, Lash and whatnot, and you just roll over the enemy team very early on. But Ehome did try that versus Elephant and it didn't work out. Not necessarily with Razor, but they had an early aggression kind of lineup.
What if they're trying to put Sparking Arrow Gaming into like bad way of thinking how to approach the draft? Like, we
confuse
can't.
them.
Yeah, just try to confuse them. You can't like pick melee safe laner. You can't pick life stealer. Like you can't pick something like a Tide Hunter because we're just gonna ruin you. Okay, this is the one way to break the link. They have a cookie as well. They can find Shaman with the Stampede in the back lines.
Very strong lane, Snap plus Centaur as well. If they want to lane it that way, you have a multitude of, an abundance of stuns and nukes.
It's not even like IDC exclusively plays melee carries. Like his Weaver, I think his Weaver would be fine in this game.
Yeah, and they're the ones that are banning out melee carries right now. Melee cores that are decent versus Centaur right now. Lifestealer probably the best.
Yeah.
There's still Ursa, Monkey King, but Lifestealer is in the meta and still the best versus Cent. The Weaver banned out.
Okay, so I guess just ban out all the ranged carries.
Usually the response to Razor is high mobility cores, right?
Yeah.
Something with a blink or a Void with a Void Walk or whatever.
Potentially good Phantom Lancer game because they have no AoE. Like Razor kind of struggles against that. We'll see what they decide to ban out. Maybe I'm thinking for some reason Drow Ranger for Sparking Arrow Gaming. Maybe because she has arrows. They have arrow in their name.
You have to get a Mjolnir on Drow though for the sparking.
Because it could work. Like if they don't have gap closers, you don't necessarily have to pick it straight away. But yeah, you're also ranged carry against the Razor, which is going to feel good. You have Cookie, you have Stampede, you have Gust to get rid of that.
It's going to be some
static link.
5 flex Razor.
That's what I was wondering. Like, why first phase it unless if you were trying to throw a curveball?
I've seen a year ago, perhaps some EU teams were experimenting with 5 Razor, and it looked horrible. Let's see if anything has changed a year after.
He's only gotten worse
Because it was
he
your
can't even
friend
farm.
playing it, right?
There were some people I knew playing it.
I remember. It was LeBron playing it, I believe. Yeah.
I wasn't about to name names. But
He was a
No,
pioneer.
I remember the game. I mean, the Razor was played as before, you know, maybe 1-2 years ago as well. People were experimenting, trying to figure out if it can work. Worked sometimes, but
Wasn't that
you
when
know,
Storm Surge could actually farm though, like in downtime?
Yeah.
And now what the hell does
Now
he
you
do?
have move speed.
Oh boy.
Oh, what an
How
ability!
exciting.
And this is the most boring ability in the game, no doubt about it. Like, we're just gonna give you some more move speed.
They banned out Ursa. Wouldn't that have been a pretty bad pick against a Razor?
not always necessarily, but the question is, where is this Razor going still?
That tattoo is sick. Who is that? Is that IDC? Oh.
What did the tattoo look like?
I don't know. It was like his whole hand was like it had like a talisman on it. Oh, what the hell is this draft?
All right, this is.
Well, told you they're trying to confuse them. It's
Mission
working. Like at
accomplished.
least they're confusing us on the panel.
In before position 5 Razor, offlane Ogre or something
Mid lane
like
Ogre.
that. Yeah.
Mid lane Midas Ogre. Let's go.
So usually with an Ogre, you want a hero that benefits from that bonus
Bloodlust.
attack speed. Yeah, and
You need a Dispel. Like, Dispel here is such a valuable... Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Oracle for Sparking Arrow Gaming. Like, Ignite can just ruin you. Same goes for Shaman, so...
Or Abaddon. I'd be down for
Abaddon, yeah.
Abaddon
The
is
good
also
old
fine.
Abaddon.
Yeah. Anything with a Dispel mechanic, I think it's a must-have here.
it was in the major. It was pretty much the go-to hero versus Shadow Shaman and Lion. You
Yep.
just pick up that Abaddon and. All right. Let's see what Sparking Arrow Gaming have got in store. Because usually they've been the ones that confuse us with their
It's
draft.
true.
First pick Void, flex it to offlane. Okay, nothing really extraordinary, just an AA.
They're expecting like an Alchemist or something, which would be not bad for Ehome.
It is something that they have drafted before, but maybe they're gonna pick some Huskar or something crazy like that too. Overall, AA is not necessarily a pick that in the Chinese region teams
Yeah, it's
pick
not that.
specifically to counter something. They just like the hero overall.
I'm thinking, did I read the patch notes correctly? What is
That's
going on?
that's a tattoo. Look at his hand. Yeah, it's IDC.
Of course,
It's a
it is.
good-looking tattoo.
Yep, you have the shard on the Ogre right now, so you can use that fire shield as well, which is
I think it's a meme.
it's
What blocks 3 damage instances, deals 80 damage, and you can put it on buildings. I see it a lot.
Imagine, you know,
Look.
imagine. I was theory crafting the other day.
Okay.
Imagine having Ogre Tinker with his
Oh,
shard
defense
as well,
matrix?
defense matrix. You just pop like a Abaddon shield on top of that.
Ion Shell.
Iron Shell, like you have a Flame Guard.
Flame Guard Ember with fire shield,
Literally
with
not
dark
taking
seer.
damage.
Yeah.
Just put all the balls on and then put it on an IO. That's what you do.
And you relocate him. Destroy everything around.
A bit greedy lineup, but
You don't say.
So they go with Pango. They have nothing to stop the Pango Rolling Thunder, which is always going to be great. Like, it just looks like a free Pango game. Doesn't care too much about any of these abilities.
Yep. I've seen, like back in the day when Centaur was popular, we've seen this Pango versus Cent picked up quite a bit. If Mars is out of the equation, you pick up the Pango, you still have a hero that...
It's a good PL game. It's still a very good PL game. They don't have the answers for it. Just like he can dispel things from Pango, Shadow Ruins, Shadow Shaman.
The only thing is, this Razor now is a core, right? It has to be Pango offlane or mid. Same for Razor, offlane or mid, depending on who's playing with you.
The chances of the Razor not being a core in the first place were pretty slim. This ain't no LeBron Dota here.
Yeah, that's the question, though. Why are you picking the Razor so early on, then? What's the... Maybe, of course, these teams do scrim against each other and other teams in the region, so maybe some information leaked.
Maybe.
Get that Razor as soon as possible.
I mean, I-League has been going on, and apparently Ehome threw earlier today in I-League. It was LGD, versus IG, maybe?
I don't believe you. I don't believe Amit
Oh,
threw
no,
the
Elephant.
game.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, Ame? Him throwing? I know,
No.
it does sound kind of weird,
Doesn't
right?
sound like him.
Sounds
at all.
uncommon.
I never heard anything like that. Didn't happen. By the way, they ban out the Lina, which is historically been a really good hero versus Razor mid lane. So I also SAG did play it before, but
If it's mid, if they think it's mid, they could potentially
Quap.
ban out Quap. Yeah,
Yeah.
these are some of the heroes that work well against Razor.
it's always been what Lina, Quap, and Mirana. If Mirana is in the meta on that mid lane, you can pick it up, and you have a decent time versus Razor.
Yo.
Listen.
Sylar anti-mage? Feels like a pretty good AM game.
I just don't feel AM in this patch. Feels super weak.
Windranger as well, one of the heroes that can do the same thing and possibly more in the meta right now. SAG, they need they do need their mid laner now versus Razor.
Get the Quap.
Yeah, still in the pool.
Doesn't really answer Pango. You could get Puck. Still available.
Just two hard lanes versus Razor. That's why the Quap possibly is the best one. They go with the Mirana instead. It's a core Mirana, I
It's
guess.
a core
Or Snap.
Mirana or core Snap.
I believe it's Mirana versus Razor, right? Like
Yeah, I don't think Snap can cookie out
and
of Link.
we have seen it picked up by who was it? Ehome played Mirana mid in the Division 1 Season 1, so it's still something that you see occasionally in the Chinese region. Meanwhile, Ehome they need a good core here, and Centaur is problematic to deal with right now. The PL that you mentioned.
Do you think it's a Razor mid? They could swap things around, put like Razor on the safe lane,
Oh,
maybe
they could,
put Puck on the mid lane against Mirana, Leech Mechanic against Centaur.
Dude, you have to win so early.
Yeah.
You
though
have to
against
do because you're
Spectre.
playing against Spectre. Yeah, that's my concern.
They go with the Medusa instead. All right, they go with their own big win condition late game scenario with an Ogre, so you have that Bloodlust as well. And I don't know. I like SAG's draft. I'm just not sold on the Mirana mid again. It is versus Razor, and you see the reasoning behind it, but you really have to be extremely strong on that Mirana to make it work mid.
And she has
The
a
bunny,
handful of
yeah.
setup.
She has the bunny cosmetic. That's what matters.
That's
here.
true.
Like this. is
70
the-
definitely plays this hero.
You know, when someone has this cosmetic, you know that he's grinding on the hero. So like, I'm gonna put some trust, but I'm really not convinced by Mirana's mid. Also, I feel like Ehome got this one. The Shaman, the Ogre, like you have all these amplification for Medusa. Shaman doesn't, provide any, but the lockdown, they have Roche taking potential with the Bloodlust, with the Pango minus armor. I think they got this one.
Lizard.
Yeah, not necessarily as certain in it as Lacoste. I'll still go with Ehome, but I feel SAG has got a decent draft. This Mirana mid answers Razor, Spectre is good late game. A lot of damage from Snap and Scent. Still going Ehome though.
I'm
after
still
first
going
game.
Ehome too. I think that it's about time someone gives SAG a taste of their own medicine with his weird first and second phase picks. B-Cop, Black, how about you guys? B-Cop, I know you're a cosmetic aficionado. Do you believe in the bunny cosmetic for Mirana?
I'm more of a glitched cosmetic kind of guy.
Oh, okay.
The bleak
No wonder you like the
hallucinations,
Chinese region
the
then.
Trails of the Burning Doom.
The ball DK.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot too.
Well, the bunny's pretty
What's your
popular in the
prediction,
Chinese
though?
region. Ehome.
Black,
Wow.
what's your
That's a
prediction?
foolish mistake. I'm going SAG.
Whoa, hot take, hot take. All right, fine. Let's take it away for game number 2.
Well, smoking hot take over there.
Why am I going SAG? Because I feel Razor should not have a great game at all, actually.
Right.
And, I mean, we did talk about the Dusa last pick. It's a good pick once again. But Spectre against Dusa is pretty good. I hope they don't let me down.
Is that the whole hot take?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, SAG will be the major winners.
Major winners.
2023.
No. Will they even have the same roster by then?
Why are you doubting me? You literally said you don't disagree with me.
Yeah, I mean, when you say smart things.
Are you saying that wasn't smart?
SAG major winner 2023.
Yeah. IDC, we're going to lift up the trophy And the post-game interview will be like, how do you feel? IDC.
Does that count if these players aren't on SAG? Or does it have to be the org?
I mean, that's up to your definition.
I'm not the one who predicted it.
I'm just stating what will happen in 2 years.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, if we're still doing majors at that point.
I don't like the tone from you, sir.
No, I'm saying like...
Young sir?
Instead of like the... You know, we've gone back and forth from like major, the TI to like events throughout the year, minors, majors.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, but then we'll have 11 majors, 1 a month.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, me too. That would be...
Similar to like battle cups.
That would be pretty intense, yeah.
Like, that's a lot of
Do you
Dota.
remember the TI where winning battle cups would give you like a qualifier spot?
Yeah, I was never even close to that.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I've done a couple open qualifiers though in my time.
How did those go?
Bad.
So Mirana skilled Starfall level 1 and gets drained. 25 damage. Worth it or no? Pick up energy analysis.
I'm gonna say not worth it.
Okay.
What's the answer?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Yeah, but I was getting the confirmation from you, the analyst.
Oh, right. Yeah, not worth it.
Oh, okay, I just wanted to be...
I mean, you got 2 lasses with it, so I guess it's okay, but not worth it. Because it costs a lot more mana, too.
Right.
Oh, I like this Dusa Bloodlust, though. A Bloodlusted Dusa is... A Bloodlusted Dusa has a lot more attack speed.
I do like X-Nova on the Ogre in general.
But his courier just died. Do you have to retract the statement now?
No, didn't die with anything on it.
Okay.
It's okay. You give up a little bit of gold, 125.
Yeah. As the cost said, these courier kills are absolutely game winning.
You think that?
That's not what I said.
Well, I was wondering if you were confirming.
Oh. I'm just here to confirm everything, huh?
yeah. I'm going to you.
I mean, it's a lot of gold. It's like 1 CS per player for free. I would take it. Who wouldn't?
Me?
You would.
No, I would.
Of course you would. You're not like that.
No.
You're a smart guy. Sometimes.
Can I confirm that with you?
Yeah. It's true.
X-Nova just running around, being Ogre.
Yeah. Doing Ogre things. Having 7 health region. Now 14.
9 armor.
Yeah. Stick. Who's gonna get the big centaur? And why is it the centaur? I mean, wow, X-Nova stole it.
Ooh,
Son
okay.
Goku. That was more like a Vegeta move. I don't know if you catch that reference or not.
Stealing it?
No, like failing.
No. Okay. Fair enough. Son Goku taking a lot of damage. The ignite, the damage in from Sylar, the run. And he's hit with that fire blast. He's getting body blocked by X-Nova. This might just be first blood and will be. Sylar.
To the deuce.
He got the first blood. Razor taking some damage over mid, but not anything to really worry about.
I mean, SAG is just trying everything in their power to make sure I look like Dumbo. But they'll still end up winning. Just you wait, my friend. A fat Medusa has no problem. Just kite her.
Oh, yeah. Just kite her.
Yeah. Arrow her. Spectral dagger her. Stun her. It's easy.
IDC's been having some good games. He really knows how to secure his farm in his lane. I'm interested to see how well he does that now with the Spectre.
Spectre against Tango Shaman.
It's tough.
It's a decent lane. Like, you can't get super pressured until Pango's like higher level, 4 or 5.
Right.
So he should be able to secure quite a bit of farm here. He also has very high innate HP region, plus dispersion, of course. He's gonna be all right.
Fire snap cookie into the arrow.
Nice arrow.
Catch that on X-Nova. Stunned for a while. Still very tanky. Stun comes out onto the Mirana.
Big stick.
SRF looking for the body blocks, and X-Nova will just die.
Good setup here. And Son Goku eating a lot of full-powered snakes. Medusa is so hard to play against as a melee hero. Like, it's really hard to not eat those snakes.
Shackle, XCJ in trouble. The damage is there. Chalice, though, is going to freeze over. No longer frozen, but doesn't have any way to get out of this. One more hit is there for IDC to get the return.
Not worth it. Like, giving Spectre 3 kills and XP like this is not good. He's sitting at level 4.5 already.
Damn.
If you think that's a damn moment, Syla is almost 5.
Yeah, he's having a really good lane.
Yeah. Oh, now Bloodlust as well.
Now the Bloodlust is going to make this even more fearful.
He is going to farm away a Storm later on.
Fire Snap Cookie.
Oh, good cookie.
That lands on X-Nova, who throws the stun out. He's got Bloodlust once again, but doesn't need to reapply. It also has the Ignite.
What do you think about Mana Shield giving just free mana now? Do you like that change?
It's all right. It's not like a crazy amount.
Yeah. It's not. 250 though? That's quite a bit, I guess. But in turn, she got her int gain reduced a little bit. But overall, I'm a big Dusa fan. I feel like this hero is a little bit underpicked.
Yeah, I mean, you called it coming into the final pick. I mean, what made you want to see Dusa?
I mean, in this kind of lineup, it's just, again, something we've seen yesterday in the SA region as well. It's just a hero that just gives you a winning condition, you know? Right. When you like don't have a clear one, you have good fighting, good brawling. Medusa is just kind of this like security you have. If you last pick this Medusa, there's no counter in the game, you get really big, and you just can't lose team fights anymore. You get a snake. He's probably going to go for Aghanim's eventually. Get the stone on every snake. You have the stone gaze, of course.
Going after IDC. Fade coming over. And they've got the shackle. Can they get the disarm? Can they get the lucky shot? Finally comes through. One more shot needed to get the kill. And SRF, as well as this ancient apparition of XCJ, are just too slow to rotate in.
Yeah, IDC with a little bit of a misplay there. He did not have a stick in his inventory, so he didn't have mana. 2 Spectre Dagger out.
I'm worried about SAG's lineup once Pangolier starts to get going as well. Like that Blink Dagger that we normally see on the Pangoliers could be devastating. You're running away, Blink, Rolling Thunder with Stone Gaze coming your way. The setup's certainly there for Ehome.
Yeah, the Chalice is gonna get stunned. But
Arcane Boots already for Fade.
Oh, he's rolling up, actually.
Yeah, they want to go for this. They're bringing the Ogre over. Going to bounce back and forth. They've got the Shackle. There's the Ignite. SRF on the run. 70, though. He's rotated in. Gets hit up into the air, and now XM's here. Plasma Field on to 3. Gets the Static Link out on XCJ. Starting to soak up as much damage as he can, but it's only a level 1 Static Link, so XM now starting to need to run, but they've got the Shackle onto the Mirana. The right click coming in from XM. He's not really that comfortable fighting this. The Starstorm takes out Fade. IDC disarmed. That Swashbuckle does a lot, and it forces him to use the Haunt to run. Chilling Touch, not enough damage, and now Chalice, he's on the run, dead to 7E. X-Nova, he's going to be next.
That's
3 heroes dead, triple kill for 7E. He makes a rotation that doesn't exactly start right, but finishes well.
Yeah, this engage lasted for a really long time. He got like 3 Starstorms off in the team fight. Of course, all of them dealing massive amounts of magic damage. Way too much for the Razor. And the Pangolier to handle. Good rotation, but the big problem still remains. Medusa is absolutely free farming.
Yeah.
So sure, you helped your Spectre a little bit, but you got to address that Medusa problem soon.
True, but 70 now goes ahead of the Razor by 1,000 gold. He did 2,200 damage.
Yeah, he owned. Like, he had so many Starstorms, as I said, good arrow connections as well.
And IDC doesn't originally have 6 here.
Yeah, he just got it at the after his CS, I believe.
Dire's middle tower
At the last moment, he needed it.
Or was it a hero kill, perhaps?
On the run, backing up. Hex onto the Mirana. Things get a little interesting.
Yep.
It might have been on the Fade kill. Yeah.
Yeah, Fade kill.
Top tower is under
Pops the horn, goes down, goes back up. And we have seen this already in a couple of other games. Like SAG is, like individually, they're all pretty good. It's just usually when the whole picture has to come together is where they struggle.
Yeah. And he's going all the way back to base. So IDC, give it some time there, all the way back to base. They're going after the Medusa. They've got X-Nova here. Bloodlust running out of mana. Cold Feet not going to go over.
Yep. Any other hero would have died here. But of course, Medusa has about 2,000 effective HP. Yeah.
I love that phrase, effective HP.
What is ineffective HP then? Does the term exist?
I don't know if one's mutually exclusive to needing the other.
Don't think so.
Fated Brooch, Keen Optic, two decent items there.
Yeah. Mirana is big.
Also has the Arcane Ring. Yeah, well, that triple kill boosted him up real heavy.
Yeah, he's going for Dragonlance first item. I wonder if he's still going to go into the Witchblade, which is really good on Mirana to set up arrows and stuff, or just like a Maelstrom, a more conventional sort of item build.
Rolling Thunder coming through once again, but the Stampede goes and tries to send these heroes away. Probably going to catch up to XCJ. Swashbuckle, Shield Crash, needs one more shot, but they won't get the kill. 16 health is what keeps him alive.
He got stick juked.
It was close.
Yeah, 10 health left. Rolling Thunder expended, but of course cooldown is so low you don't really mind too much. Game is very even actually. SAG once again holding their own.
Yeah, Mirana's doing well for SAG, the mid's doing well there, but the safe lane for the side of Ehome's doing even better. Fade getting chased down. IDC gets a kill.
Easy kill, yeah.
Uses the haunt though.
I mean, you're quite happy to use it this early to just secure yourself some kills like that. He's actually not going Blade Mail on the Spectre. I think it's the only Spectre we have seen not going for Blade Mail, especially in a combination with the chip vest.
Sun Goku in trouble, XM. Now with the level 2 in the static link, so that feels a little bit better. They'll get themselves a second on SRF. They'll look over at XCJ, flying the field down. This might just be a triple kill for XM, and it will be. So both mids now owning a triple kill. That's big, because he's now ahead of the Mirage. And he's taking static.
You can't take any of these fights without the Centaur ult. Oh, good arrow connection.
Are they going to get this kill? Yeah, Fate.
Oh, the creeps killed him.
They've got the stun. Serpent Ward's doing a lot of damage, and 70's going to die.
To XM, yeah.
That's even better, because now he's dominating. I'm wondering, now XM's come over. Did they spot this Ancient stack?
That's who's going to farm it, though? It was designed to be farmed by Spectre or the Blade Mail, but he's not going Blade Mail.
And they're going to stack it again? Or, well, no, they're not.
That means they'll have to farm it as a team. Like 3-4 heroes will have to combine their strengths to farm it.
I was thinking maybe Ehome could come over and try and
this Dusa, if he gets there.
Yeah. Because you know it's there.
Yeah.
You were over there. The stacks have been made. Now SAG are going to try and go for this.
Can Centaur tank this? He's taking a lot of damage.
He's trying.
He's taking a lot of damage.
It's not easy.
There's no way.
Yeah, you want to double edge this. It's just going to get riskier.
Yeah, already sitting at half health.
Post stomp. All right. He's doing it.
Ish.
Kind of.
Possibly. Maybe.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah.
I'm proud. I'm surprised they didn't place a ward there either. Because Ehome come over. I mean, they have all those heroes push through, come across.
He wouldn't be the first guy to die there.
Yeah. Plasma Field XM going in even further, looking for XCJ, and we'll get the kill. Now on a mega kill streak. All of a sudden, he, in the last 2-3 minutes, has 5 kills.
It's just so free for him to run in with that increased movement speed of the Storm Surge. AA is free food for him. So is Snapfire, really. He's going straight into the BKB. Once that's up, they don't really have a way to deal with him. Only thing they can do is run away with the Stampede.
And still, you look at Sylar.
I would like to confirm with you. Do you like this Spectre item build?
It's a bit slow. And I think if he had that Blade Mail, he would have been able to take that stack.
The thing is, Blade Mail is really good when there's a lot of passive damage coming out from heroes. Like Razor hates playing against Blade Mail because there's so much damage coming out.
Could you have gone Blade Mail Diffusal?
You could. Or you just go to conventional route, go Blade Mail Manta style.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure why he went to Diffusal. Of course, it's a Medusa.
That's like the instant, that's why he did it, but at the same time, is that enough of a reason to do it? Because like, it makes sense. XCJ did again.
It still sabotages your own progress, though.
Yeah. So it's weighing the pros and cons. Yules, ooh, Rolling Thunder right as the arrow is coming in. They'll bounce SRF up into the air, go after 7E. He's going to leap once, twice, and now he's out of range.
Yeah, and this is where all the problems come here for SAG. They just have no reliable way of setting up stuns. As I said that, Centaur now finally finishes Blink Dagger. They could potentially set up a big stomp into a blast, which is, like, I guess, the best combo they have.
Serpent Wards to set up mid.
Gotta do it fast, though, if they want to do it.
Blink, Hoof Stomp, Arrow coming through. It's on the tanky X-Nova. Ice Blast is going to come in and land on to 4. And
Goodbye,
X-Nova, he'll die.
Taking all the ults.
Yeah, I think he's very okay with that.
He's very happy, yeah.
All the while, Sylar is just farming away, doing his thing, going into the Manta.
This Medusa is going to be... Yeah. I think we have seen a lot of Dusas in even Europe as well, and they have all done a lot of work. I'm scared of this hero. The Dusa meta is coming back, my friend.
At least it's not the troll sniper meta.
I think Dusa is worse. Just so hard to push into, so hard to fight into, so hard to lane into. Just overall annoying.
I could see that.
Why does Stone Gaze have 1200 radius, by the way?
It's a lot.
Oh, AA all by himself. Gone again.
XM coming forward, gets another kill. Wicked sick. Wicked.
Sick. It's just so easy for him. Look at his movement speed with the Bloodlust.
It's disgusting.
472.
He's very fast. Goes into the early BKB, going Sanjin Yasha next. Sometimes you see that Yules. They're going to haunt for this. They want Chalice. Yules up into the air, goes to the Rolling Thunder, and TP's away. Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought for a second, maybe.
You actually don't get the armor reduction from the Shredder if you're on the BKB. So they probably saved him there, couldn't medallion him either. And it's a wasted haunt. Wasted Stampede.
A lot of things down here for SAG.
Yeah, and Medusa happily farming away. Level 14 already. Manta Style completed. 2.3k ahead of the Spectra. You have your Diffusal now, but you don't farm faster with it. What do you do with it now? This is exactly the problem I have with this item.
Try to fight.
If you had a Blade Mail, you would probably be sitting at about 9k net worth yourself at this point.
Keeping up, maybe even have the Blade Mail and Diffusal.
Yeah.
Or, like you said, Blade Mail Manta.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
XM's getting out of hand too, and it's not only about Sylar doing his thing, because he's got free farm at the moment, and XM's getting the free kills.
Yeah, once again, they're spotting the stacks. Not as big this time, but might still be worth taking it away from them.
XCJ.
6k lead already for Radiant here, Mr. B Cops.
Yeah,
looking
it's
rough
a lot.
again. I feel like SAG in game 2, they always become a lot weaker than in game 1. It's like they ran out of juice, you know?
They're gonna go Rosh.
I mean, they cannot teamfight Radiant yet. They have Rolling Thunder, they have Stone Gaze.
Ice Blast comes in, that'll spot this.
Coming through.
It's like they want to go for it. They're going to go for Fade first. They'll get the kill. The Plasma Field hits onto 2. They'll use the Stampede. They've got the Static Link. He'll outrun it. TP in from Fade, who did buy back. They've got the Yules up into the air with the Rolling Thunder coming through on its own Goku. Meanwhile, XM with the BKB chasing XCJ as well as IDC. They've got the Hex out onto the Centaur as well as the kill. They'll take out Son Goku. He's there for 35, no buyback. Arrow not going to hit. Splits the seams of everybody on Ehome.
Yep, and that's it. The initiation of the Dire is dead. Now they have no real way of fighting back. But I don't think they want to go Roche right away. They probably want to wait for the Shaman wards to be able to commit for that. Arrow? No, too fast. If that arrow hits, he might be dead with that Ice Blast. BKB still cooldown.
Yeah, they want to wait for the BKB too, probably.
Yeah. I mean, Dusa is really happy either way.
X-Nova going Sword Crest.
Hekola on Dusa. Nice item pickup.
He's got Manta, he's got Mask of Madness, 1,800 gold, 11k net worth. Like, Sylar's in a great position.
Yeah, he's got Bloodlust. Which is how much attack speed? 60.
Self bonus 90, ally bonus 60.
Son Goku, Daddy.
Yeah, dead once again, and they've actually sold up 7E. They've got heroes coming around the side of Sylar and X-Nova. Maybe they could catch SRF. 7E stayed around a little bit too long. He's got all 3 leaps. The question is, can he get out of their bind? Can he get out of dodge? And it doesn't look likely. The leaps
3 leaps plus Cookie.
And he doesn't even get close to leaving. And they also get the kill on SRF. Like, this is just Ehome dominating SAG.
Yeah, they're just running them over completely.
And they're going to get a tier 2 here.
It's rough with a draft like this. If you don't win early game, you know, like it's just really hard to fight because you have no targeted stunts. You have one Blink Dagger, Centaur, Hoofstomp. That's it. That's the setup for the arrow.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Don't know how you fight back now. Mirana also itemizing into a Saint Yasha. Not a big fan at all. Like you have no damage, no Witchblade, no Maelstrom. So even though he had a good game, his impact will not be really felt anymore at this point.
Right.
IDC finished up the Yasha. But still, light years behind the Medusa here.
3K.
And it's only going to get bigger.
Got one, you know, one of the ulti orbs needed for the Scotty. Like he's just getting out of control.
Once that Scotty's up,
the hopes of winning this game are down for SAG. Once that Scotty's up.
Yeah, the popular Medusa timing Scotty plus Aegis hitting the high ground. How do you deal with it? You don't even have good poke. Like
No,
if
not
you want
really.
to stun her, you gotta commit with a Centaur, which then probably means Centaur's dead.
That's hoping you get this kill. XCJ caught again, and XM will eat the Ice Blast, but get
Oh, it's
the
time,
kill.
B-Cup. B-Cup! What does the scout to say about the gold difference?
It's over 9,000.
It's over 9,000! Not anymore. Damn.
It was.
You were too slow, man.
No, we said it when it was over 9,000.
Yeah, but it went to 8K while we said it, so it doesn't count. But after this Roche, though, it will be once more.
Blink, stop, double edge, all onto the Ogre, but the Rolling Thunder comes in, and that's going to protect the Ogre. X-Nova's still alive. Oh, no. Shackle coming through. There's the Swashbuckle. SRF is dead. Dead and gone.
This Solar Crest build-up makes supports feel so tanky suddenly. He has good armor, good stats. And then you committed pretty much everything onto this Ogre, and he didn't die.
Dire's middle tower is
Just an
under
Ogre.
attack.
Just an Ogre.
Literally unkillable.
Now Medusa, 500 away from Scotty.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You're just going to take another tier 2.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And there's nothing that they can do.
I can watch them.
Now it's over 9,000.
over
Dire's
10,000.
middle tower has fallen.
Yeah. And it's just a straight line up for Ehome.
Yep, never looking back.
Got a quick early lead. They really know how to clean it up, keep it stable. Manta picked up for Spectre, but that's as a Scotty's coming out for Medusa.
But Ehome did beat RNG, correct?
Ehome, yeah, I think beat RNG.
Right, so unless there's any like dirty surprises in store for any of the...
Oh no, RNG beat Ehome. No, wait, sorry, looking at iLeague.
Sylar.
Ice Blast comes in,
How tanky are you?
and that's going to land onto the Medusa.
Too
Fire
tanky.
Snap Cookie. They've got the cold feet. It's all proccing over. And now they'll use the Stampede. He'll shatter, but that's only his first life. Fade's also dead. IDC away from the fight now. Rolling Thunder coming through as well as the Swashbuckle. They've got the Static Link that's out on IDC. They've disarmed him. They've also lowered that armor with the Solar Crest. They'll get the kill on IDC, take out 7E, and look for more. XCJ trying to TP. SRF not looking like he'll be so fortunate to leave.
He can't move. 100 movement speed.
Literally unmovable. Double kill for Sylar. Shield crash on Son Goku. He'll throw a stun out and survive. So going back, Ehome did beat RNG, and then they lost to Elephant.
Okay. Right. That means unless any of the RNG or SAG beat any of the top contenders, Ehome is pretty much secured for the next season already.
Doing the math. Potentially.
Yep.
It's crazy. A lot of teams left to play. IG, LGD, Aster, VG.
Yeah,
all
and we
haven't
haven't even
played a
seen the
game
4
yet.
top dogs yet.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting to see how everything plays out. But yeah, last team fight, IDC, full committal onto the Shaman, kills him. But of course his teammates, you know, are still busy with the Dusa, so they can't back him up in time. He goes down. 14k gold lead. Medusa is huge.
Oh, yeah. Way far
Dire's
ahead.
bottom tower is under
Way too far ahead.
I mean, even the Razor is massive as well. He got a DD bottled up, so he's gonna be hurting a ton.
The Shaman's pretty farm too. They're all just
Dire's bottom
massive.
tower has fallen.
I quite like the combo between Dusa and Razor as well. Like people that are stoned, they also take more damage from the Eye of the Storm, of course.
On top of that, I love the Pango. Like, with that, like I said, with that Blink Dagger, it really disrupts these fights, makes it very difficult for SAG to show anything. And they just get demolished.
Yeah, it's not even close, these fights so far. Spectre's going for a Skadi next. I really feel like the biggest problem is that itemization on Mirana. Like, he's just not dealing damage. He's like hitting for 150, no Maelstrom procs, no Witchblade procs. He's tickling them.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower
Medusa
is
takes like
under
about 20
attack.
damage per hit from her. If even.
Double damage on the Razor. Working with this Bloodlust, working with the damage, working with a massive lead.
And this is exactly what you need when you play Ogre. Like, you want to have these heroes that all make good usage of the Bloodlust. Dusa, Razor, probably two of the best in the game.
Radiant are scanning.
Still looking at farm. We'll see if they push out bottom.
Sylar going for the Butterfly.
He's already got the Eagle Song.
Yeah, once he has a Butterfly, it's going to be very tough to kill him.
He already is tough to kill. They had to throw everything at Sylar just to kill him once.
I think there's still a chance that they can kill him if he's like singled out and all the Spectre illusions with Manta, with Diffusal, keep right-clicking him. Like, he will hurt a ton. It just will he ever be left in a position like that unless they already crushed the team.
They're wrapping around. They've got the Hex. They'll use the Stampede. They're trying to run the Rolling Thunder from Chalice. Chalice moving forward. He's already used that Blink, so it's on cooldown for another 8 seconds, but he goes onto the high ground with the Shield Crash. He's keeping up with these heroes. Not entirely wise to it. They are going to chase XCJ, Blink, post-stop, Ice Blast, all coming through on a Chalice with the BKB being popped by XM. They've used that Haunt, so XM, Static Link on the run, looking over now at the Mirana. They got the kill into Chalice. XCJ is gone, but IDC follows suit. There's nothing he can do. The Stone Gaze is used. They'll get the kill into Son Goku. They'll hex him up, finish him off, and take him out.
Right. Sylar tipping IDC again. Maybe there's some history. Gotta do some digging up for.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But yeah, it's just not even close. Like, sure, they get one kill again, like they did in the other fight, but they have to blow everything onto the one hero, and then the heroes that follow up, they just have no damage anymore. They get taken down by the Dusa and Razor in this case.
Chalice almost survives that too.
Yeah, was very close.
These fights are so one-sided.
Yeah, I mean, they just can't do anything. This Medusa pick, Medusa hero. Once Stone Gaze is on, you run. You have no choice but to run.
Problem is they initiated.
Yeah, and then you get stoned, and you get right-clicked for 50% more bonus damage. It all hurts a whole ton. Sure, you get the Pangolier, but you trade 4 heroes for it. And now they're knocking. Are they gonna wait for Roshan to go high ground? AA again.
Cold Feet turning around, rolling up, have the shackle, and there's the swashbuckle with one more
This
right
is
click.
torture.
Finn gets the kill. Yeah, it's now just becoming death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, he's got like rolled over 5 times, and he gets like shackled by the guy. He's like, no, you're not done yet. Stand up. He wants to roll you over again. Rolls him over again.
Kills him.
Kills him.
Double damage, Crystallis, all there for the Medusa.
Double damage Dusa. It's gonna be hitting for a good 400 damage.
A Paladin Sword. It's also got the Elven Tunic, so he may not swap it just yet. There he goes. All right, never mind.
Probably gonna give the tunic to who? Someone else.
Serpent Ward's down, tier 3 gone, and they will go after these racks, popping the double damage.
Look at this Dusa attack speed. Insanely fast.
Take out the melee, the range racks, go for the melee racks. They're a little bit afraid.
Very conservative, yeah.
I'm a little surprised.
Let me see those Manta dodges, Sylar.
Dire's middle barracks is fallen.
That arrow was very late. He had like cold feet on him. He was frozen by it for the full duration, and then at the very
arrow
end,
comes.
when he's already unfrozen,
Spring is sprung. He's unthawed.
and he's like,
Or he's
I got him,
thawed.
guys. Oh, no, I don't.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Still don't know. Yeah.
Nice
Thunder
roll
roll
up.
up, and that's right on top of Son Goku, right on top of SAG. They get the connects over, but it's only going to be under the Ogre Magi. They'll use the buyback. They'll take out 7E. They'll finish off this Centaur. Or actually, just they leave him. They don't even care about Son Goku. They go after IDC. They will kill the Spectre, get a +1 on SRF, and they'll call GG. SAG going down 2-0 to Ehome. And man, was that just a beating, a brutal beating coming out from Ehome, and never in doubt in game number 2.
Yeah. I feel like it's a similar story to the game. They played Elephant last, correct? SAG did?
Yeah.
Yeah, similar story there. Game 1, they hold their own very well. But game 2, they just looked like they ran out of steam.
Yeah.
Was completely one-sided. Much better draft for Ehome as well. I did choose SAG because I'm a madman.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. But yeah, all Ehome in their second game.
Yeah, very much so.
Not much to say.
There really isn't much to say. I mean, it's Ehome looking good, looking better than Season 1, in my opinion. I think maybe things have kind of shifted and turned around and looked a little bit better for them. Obviously, this is SAG, maybe not a team that you're expecting to be in the upper echelon of this region. But again, that comes down to the depth of the region. Like, SAG looks like a good team, and I think this is a team in many other regions would be middle of the pack and performing pretty well.
Yeah,
but
individually, they're all really good. It's
They
just,
miss out.
as I said, when it comes together as a team, they always fall a little bit short.
yeah, so they fall short. Ehome, they get a big 2-0 and continue to win here in Season 2. But to break it down a little bit further for you for game number 2 and the series, we've got the panel. Take it away, handsome panel.
Stamina and gaming is what SAG needs to work on. SAG. Stem. And they come into game 2, and I feel like they're always just completely spent. Their game 1s look good. Their game 1's drafts are creative, and then they come into game 2, and they're like, oh.
You had Mirana mid.
Sure.
It wasn't that bad from SAG from the opening because they made a couple of really good rotations. If you remember the top fight in which 70 he gets a triple kill, the Mirana on its own didn't really accomplish that much throughout the game, however. And one big problem, the only problem that they had is this Medusa. Left unchecked on the safe lane, farmed away.
It feels like you're doing a lot, you know, you're fighting, getting some kills. It's still mid Mirana, and it's also like Spectre. This combination of the heroes is pretty slow, in my opinion. Like also Mirana's itemization, and not a big fan of it. You actually deal no damage whatsoever. Like Medusa, uncontested. She's farming with the Bloodlust, she's farming the Triangle, they're making some stacks for her. Like Razor at one point just completely pops off. He invades the jungle, farms their triangle, enemy triangle, and like gets a triple kill, almost an ultra kill. Like I like that itemization on their side. This Ogre, I think this hero we're gonna see much more of it, considering some of the carry heroes that are popular. Like he also builds a Solar Crest. To go back to the itemization on Sparking Arrow Gaming, like Medusa, Spectre, she gets like Diffusal Blade, no Blade Mail at all. In theory, it works well. You know, I'm gonna burn Medusa's mana. Most of the time, it doesn't work.
It's a bait. If you have
I think that's a
spells,
bait item.
Or if you are a Phantom Lancer with like a ton of illusions, then you can kind of justify it. Otherwise, you're better off with like EMPs or Nyx Mana Burns.
I would mostly, if you're playing the blame game and looking at the item build, I think that Mirana's item build is probably the most lackluster, because you're itemizing pretty much to be tanky enough in the mid game, but you're never tanky as a Mirana. First and foremost, you're never tanky enough, and second, you just don't deal enough damage. That's
a
pretty
little
much
bit
the
of
problem.
everything, you know. This Mirana, a bit of a crit from that Crystallis, Dragonlance, casual Yasha. Like you didn't even finish a single item.
Oh, she got a Crystallis?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she just get the shard? Did she get the shard? Did she end up getting the shard?
Not last time I checked.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the next item.
Okay.
And then finish, you know, possibly SNY or Manta style, then get Pike or whatever, just upgrade the items.
A little bit of
Gaming,
everything.
yeah, go ahead.
No, just I agree. Just a little bit of everything from Mirana. That's it. Sparking Arrow Gaming, they're a team that definitely does have the skill to take games. They definitely look solid enough individually. You can see many of these wild arrows connecting. You can see the way that they managed to pick off Pango, let's say, in one of these last team fights. But the problem is, altogether, they don't really have a concise plan of how to take and win team fights. If they see a target that's killable, they're going to go for it. That might be very detrimental to a big scheme of things, to actual fact that they can't win a team fight off of that.
They just play so much worse in game number 2, especially because they get close in game number 1 to winning.
So
like they
close.
have, like they could win all their game 1 so far, and they come up short. So in the game 2, I think it actually, because this is a relatively new team, they don't have much experience, and you can feel the nerves probably coming in. That's because they play so much worse.
Yeah, we can take a look at the standings, and it's a bit deceptive because, well, it doesn't show you the series score, but Sparking Arrow Gaming were 2-0'd by Elephant and now Ehome, but it was so close in both their game 1s, but yeah, their game 2s consistently fall apart. And now Ehome pick up their second win, so we have given them back the E. They were formerly home on our standings.
Yeah, I was wondering if we were gonna take one more letter away from them if they lose. But they managed to take it back.
They've gotten it back, and then if they keep winning, we'll add more letters to their name.
If they lost all of their series, they would just be me.
Me.
Because that's how I've been playing. Also losing all of my games.
Missed
opportunity.
I'll give you props for that one, Lacoste. It was well engineered.
There's too many from Black, from Lacoste today. I slept enough, but not enough for this. It's too much.
Well, be sure to get plenty of sleep before our next set of games, as we can take a look at the schedule for April 25th. It is going to be probably one of our last few days with only a single BO3, I think. I'm actually not sure, don't quote me on that, but soon. This is the very last series before the big dogs come and the major attenders come, but we still need to wrap up Elephant versus RNG, which will probably be the most competitive out of the small dogs, the puppies.
Yeah, I feel like Elephant is back on track, even though they are playing the weaker teams. They still don't play any of the major teams, but it seems like they found their gameplay. They're looking like 2 times better than what they looked in Season 1 so far.
Yeah. They also struggled in one game versus SAG, but managed to win it even after being so much behind. So looking definitely better. The coach instilled fear and discipline, and that's what that team needed.
Yeah, and hopefully it is a trend that continues because, like we said, it is going to be all the major contenders coming back soon enough to reclaim their potential rightful spots at the top of the bracket. But that'll be next week. But thank you so much for watching this coverage of the Chinese Upper Division. We'll see you back on April 25th.